this is Jesse the Body Ventura. Well, I'll tell you what. It's the season now to look, smile, and love each other. And there at the Workers Club, you're doing just that. We appreciate it. You know, I'm a long-time 30-year member of the union myself. I fought to try to get a union in the world of professional wrestling. Times have been tough, no doubt about it. Tough on all of us. But you know what? So be it. Hey! 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 The Workers Club. I love the name. The Workers Club. I love the name.
I should have
called Godzilla.
Turner Overdrive.
Oh yeah.
He he has owns all the Kiss ones, I imagine, all the Kiss albums,
And all the solo albums.
Did he do that on WCW? Did he paint his face like a Kiss person?
They had a Kiss character, but that predated Vince Russo. That was Bischoff's doing.
Oh, he must have been so jealous about. He must have been.
I mean,
jealous.
he booked the character when he came in, so he kept looking for it, and he kind of pushed him to a point of prominence, which was kind of sad. I guess you didn't see the Demon versus Vampiro in the graveyard match.
No. I'm just picturing Vince Russo painted like the cat guy. Whatever, you know.
You think he's a Peter Criss guy? Does he say which?
He likes the low card guys, right? Is that a low card guy?
You think he's an ace guy? Probably.
He's whoever the guy that needs the shine. You know, you're underutilized, ace. Is there anything? Oh, it's the Workers Club. It's Larry. It's Gus. It's me, Wilson. Is there anything going on other than me watching the Vince live stream the other day?
No, we're on Blue Sky now. I don't know if we've said that, and it's like a whole new world. It's so nice. We all agree with each other. No one says anything interesting. It's just a safe place to be. Who's watching wrestling tonight? This is great.
They're putting their bodies on the line for our entertainment.
Because Paul hasn't activated the bot army yet.
They're slowly coming over, but it's hard. It's hard to stay this positive.
Listen, I uninstalled it because I thought the icon was a little too much, and I got sick of looking at it. So, and I'm just a regular guy, so I got a tough road ahead of him.
That's right. And but we still have to go on Twitter. What do you mean on the Twitter?
I got rid of the Twitter.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't want to.
Ian probably thinks our show ended.
I wanted to make a political statement.
We'll have to reach out somehow. You'll have to email Ian and be like, "Hey, our show didn't end."
Hey, I'm sure he subscribed to the feed.
Well, I said in the one show, Ian, if you really are listening, this is a test. If you've fallen off, join Blue Sky. He didn't join Blue Sky.
Well, that was just last week.
He's also not my puppet, so I should probably.
That's true.
I'm trying to think. There's no real wrestling news, right? Everything's great in the wrestling world.
Well, people
just to de-emphasize Shirakawa's tits, according to Reddit.
Well, I was gonna say
I missed that one.
Oh yeah, no, it's
It was on. I saw some other outlets echoing that.
Because Alvarez is Alvarez was super horny for her, I guess, either today or yesterday.
Jeez, you said Mina what's her last name?
Shirakawa, yeah.
Shirakawa. I thought you said Akira Towazawa. And I was like, the guy's so skinny. That's why I was so confused. I did see the Mina thing.
Yeah.
This isn't helping my rep in this recording. Yes. Yeah, that was odd.
That was awesome discussion. A bunch of
people got into by that don't even know what exploitation is. Like, if this was 98, she'd be in a thong and some gravy in a pool.
Oh yeah, and then we have like the Oriental Express theme that like
yes. Vince Russo would have very subtle storytelling for her that would not affect any kind of lawsuit or anything like that.
Is that an Arby's beef and cheddar?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What interest, Gus?
I'm getting hungry, if you couldn't tell.
No, it's a local joint.
Just a burger?
Oh yeah, I got two big patties, some bacon, some cheddar.
Is that the Gus burger?
That's the Gus burger, man.
Okay. I got a Larry burger. It's similar.
Bacon. Yeah. You gotta have bacon on a burger. I do the bacon on a burger.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
Okay.
Mildred.
All right, I didn't know you were out.
No, is that Mildred?
Actually, you know what, Vince? If you're listening, we'll meet up at 5280 sometime, man. Well,
oh yeah. Oh.
Well, we got to decide like now if we're doing the Vince thing or not.
I can't. I would die of embarrassment, I think.
Oh, should we do it, Larry?
I'm down. It's a story.
You've been that down on him. I just feel like he's a depressed person, and I hope
we could do it straight and just, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I can't do it straight. I have to not do it straight. I can't do it. After watching that live stream. We could
be, listen, if you want, do you want to be like a morning zoo?
Then I gotta buy
have sound effects.
Oh, you'll have it. Okay.
I mean, I feel like we should have those on deck anyways, just because I feel like there's times where it's into that mode.
At least have one loaded up with the Triple H theme. We've had enough of those where you can play. My mind immediately went to, if you had a soundboard, I would just request of you that you play it at every inopportune time while I'm talking. After I've stopped talking and I'm just getting more and more upset with you.
Bazinga.
Bazinga.
For some reason, I picture Russo as being a Big Bang Theory guy.
Do you have the DVD set of the Big Bang Theory, Vince? Mr. Russo, sir?
He's a Sheldon guy.
What they did there, bro. What you don't understand, bro.
Chuck Lorre.
Yeah. Did you know that
from the island?
That's his reference point for autism. Is probably that show.
No, it's not. It's Rain Man. Come on.
Is Rain Man autistic? I thought he actually had a disease.
I thought he was like the autist.
Yeah, in the movie, he's autistic.
I was always confused because I always thought when he says "Hunterburn baby," I thought he's talking about himself, and I was like, "How do you get like that from burning yourself?" And then I finally figured it out. But
you thought that's what made him the way he was?
Yeah, I was like, so he got hurt, and then Tom Cruise saved him, and he would have been worse.
God.
Yeah, I get so turned around sometimes. But what, he hit it, he got dropped, right? That's the story the dad threw him or something like that?
No, you're born with it. You don't get it from an injury.
I thought he had severely brain damaged.
Oh, he's autistic.
Oh, I'm learning things every day. I thought he was made that way.
You don't remember the math? He was so fucking good at math.
Yeah, I thought he just, you decreased
Took
in one
him like
section.
just enough. Yeah.
He decreased in social interactions, but increased in math.
Brain fluid shifted to the left hemisphere, and
it's like
I want to make the movie you think Rain Man is.
It's like Limitless, right? Essentially, it's Bradley Cooper. Great movie. Or Phenomenon, another one. See, I see these movies where you get super smart from, I guess that's a tumor in Phenomenon.
Is that John Travolta?
Yeah, he gets a break.
I get that confused with Michael, where he's the angel.
Yeah, he's a Michael the Archangel.
I feel like those were around this. I get them confused.
Yeah, he was knocking them out, and I saw both of those in the theater. Phenomenon is funny because I've never heard of a tumor making you smart, but I've heard of a tumor making you a sexual predator. Have you ever heard of that, where you get a brain tumor and it presses the wrong area of your brain, and all of a sudden you're a fucking level 6 pervert? I've heard about it. I read a news story or something like that.
Sounds like a liberal defense attorney positing that. Your Honor, my client has a tumor.
Hey, look, political. That's why Matt Gates' head is so big. A big-ass tumor sitting in there, right? Because he likes children, right? Am I right, folks?
This is a Travolta thing.
Oh, okay.
I had a guy in rehab with me who was a stuntman. He was Jason Statham's stuntman.
Mm-hmm.
For Crank and Crank 2.
Mm-hmm.
That was his
and he thought the movie was telling him to...
Yeah, do Crank.
His massage person had a Travolta story.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And it's kind of consistent with other Travolta massage stories.
The Kevin Spacey-like story?
No, it's just you just get up from the table hard, and whatever the reaction is, it is.
I figured maybe the massage guy was a guy, and he was like, yeah, he tried to do something with me.
What do you think the Travolta payoff rate is?
Oof, it's high.
His NDA? His NDAs that he hands out at the gym? Everybody always, you know how, I don't know, your Jay Leno or your SNL people would make fun of, I don't know, I'll just throw out Elizabeth Taylor's weight or something like that.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage's hair and John Travolta's hair never really, everyone was just like, yeah, their hair changes in volume and hairline, and it doesn't yeah, we're just accepting that he'll come with a pompadour 1 month and then the next month be completely bald. Just what the fuck? Like,
as a bald guy, I'm a bald truther, so I like people to know the truth.
Yeah, no, me too.
What do you think about that when you see Nicolas Cage come out with like a ponytail 1 week and then the next week he's got you
know who galls me is Jeremy Piven. He was playing George Costanza in the mid-90s, and then he had a full head of hair on Entourage, and he claimed that it was his real hair.
Okay, I have this thing, but it's for Steve Carell in the pilot of The Office, or like a little bit into the first season. And I couldn't figure out if that was just his hair, or did they do something to his hair, thinking, but then they realized, we got to stop this. Either way, he then all of a sudden had a big-time full head of hair from like season 2 on.
Well, let's think about the 40-year-old virgin poster. Like, it's pretty damn thin in that.
Yeah, see, then I don't know. Because in the pilot of The Office, it's like, whoa, holy mackerel.
I'm bald, and if you're bald, everyone else is going to know about it. Because
now, Larry, you're not supposed to just yank people out of the closet. They got to do it on their own.
I think you can do it if you're also part of the oppressed group, though. No,
I don't know. Well, now I don't know. I only know the general rule. I feel like is that you do not. Why am I talking about this? I'm the last person should talk to.
It's solidarity. Like, you got to stand in togetherness and
touch tips your heads.
I've got no respect for these guys going to Turkey either.
It never looks good. It looks like dog hair.
Everyone accuses MJF of going to Turkey. Do you think it looks bad on him?
I haven't seen him in action. That would be the test. It seems to be combed very odd in still photos that I've seen since then.
You got to see the person wet, right?
Yeah.
Out of the shower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What was who was I thinking of? When Joe Biden got the first hair plugs ever, that was kind of gross, right?
The first ever.
I think he did. I think he was the
It was early 90s.
They just looked really bristly. Like real.
See, it's such a shame what baldness does.
Well, it
makes you look so fucking old. I mean, if Biden had a full head of hair, he's president in 88. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Right, I know. Yes. Forget the plagiarizing stuff and just being a complete dumbass.
Wouldn't have mattered.
They're like, God damn, look at that guy. No, yeah, it drove Chris Jericho to smudge his face with MS Paint. You know? That fucking weird shit. And then I think it made it worse that it was an I voted picture. Then you have to go back and edit it. They're like, nobody even cares that you you're posting this and how you're doing this, and it's like, But yeah, he had the same thing too. Was like he kind of came back after some surgery, and it was like, whenever somebody would grab for his head, it'd be like, "Sir, be careful." It looked sensitive.
Okay. Interesting. I know it's very painful. I believe I've been told getting hair plugs because there is a famous Billy West story, of him getting hair plugs and somebody touched his head and he wanted to kill him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a system.
Yeah, it is a system.
Nick Aldis is a sponsor, a guy, what do you call that?
Oh yeah. There was one of those in the mid 2000s. This website, and Jimmy Hart, Chavo Guerrero Jr., and Chris Masters were on the website. And before
Jimmy Hart was on the website.
Jimmy Hart, yeah.
That's a success story.
Was he like,
yes.
Don't touch that one part, it's part of the whole thing. That's out of sight completely. It's just this front part.
No,
and the
if I remember in the before photos, he still had the mullet, but it was just the bald spot on the back. And that's what
you
they
could
covered.
spray paint that thing. Nobody cares.
Well, remember when Zack Ryder, and this is like 10 years ago, so he's got to have a system. His spray-on hair would fall off onto the mat when he would get slammed.
Oh. Is anybody else? I mean, I think that now with TV has gotten into like the 4K and everything, all these wrestlers, especially the whole thing with wrestlers just being in the business longer, being on your television, to the point that you're like, oh, Seth, look out. It's coming for you, buddy. Just anybody that's wetting their hair and slicking it back.
Well,
Phil,
remember, and I laughed at him at the time, I'll admit. Remember when they were about to go HD and Triple H and Shawn had like a little segment backstage about things looking clearer in HD, and he's looking at Shawn's hairline?
Yeah. That's a tough one, which is funny because everyone just accepts like Hogan and things like that. You know what I mean? Like that look. And which is crazy. You never see that in real life.
I guess if your gimmick is that you're like a pretty boy, you need looks. But otherwise, yeah, you should look ugly. Fuck it. Well,
how does Hogan? Well, now Hogan makes it worse because he has the fake stuff hanging out of his bandana that's attached to the bandana.
But even his precursor, Billy Graham, also bald at like fucking 25 and just made it work.
It's weird because
is that like an H or steroid side effect?
Maybe.
Some kind of energy.
It can be.
that he. What's the thing? What's the fiber that's like? Oh, hold on.
What I'm reminded of, and I disagree with the premise of the bit, but Carlin's got a bit where he's like, "What's up with white guys shaving their heads?" Thinking it made him look stupid. He's like, "If you're balding, just fucking go bald." But I disagree with him.
That's a hard disagree with me as well.
Having the horseshoe would be the worst.
Yes.
That's is this really recording or not? Because this is 8:22 and it's just stuck at 8:22.
Mine's moving.
Oh, yours is moving. Okay. The horseshoe's what Hogan's got, right?
Well,
the definition of it?
Most people don't have long hair with it, but yeah.
Yeah.
What's that fiber you can like light up and stuff? They use it as it's plasticky fiber. It's like white. You know what I'm talking about? And it comes and it's got lights. It can light up. It's one of those kind of things. You know,
Fiber optic.
I don't know what it is, but that's what it looks like. That's hanging out of Hogan's head. It's that kind of fake stuff. You know what I'm talking about? It's like looks that plasticky and kind of like not right.
No.
Does he think that's a good enough simile? He's like, that's all right. It's close enough, right?
Yeah.
Like, does he go to a barber and they have to like trim? Like,
I mean, those are probably sewn in extensions.
Yeah, into the bandana.
No, not into his existing hair.
Yeah, into his bandana.
Not into the bandana.
No, it's a hat with the hair on the. Yes, it is. I promise you.
It's not Kane's mask. It's
No, I'm telling you, it is because I think I saw a picture of him in the hospital like a couple years ago, and he's just completely nothing. And there's like wisps hanging around.
Well, he might have just had him out at that time.
No, he didn't have his bandana
put in
on.
and out.
I'm telling you, it's attached.
Maybe he's got a version like that too. I don't know.
You think he's going to sit there for them to do the thing?
He's wrestled with them. I mean,
doesn't he not take his bandana off?
It's been knocked off, and he still has fucking the same cheesy looking hair.
Yeah, the hair is not attached to that.
You have to point me to this match. No. You have to point me to this match. I think
stuff.
right now
you got to look at the TNA stuff.
I'm not counting TNA. I'm talking about the year 2024.
He's
got a row of bandanas, all with the hairs.
I'm here.
He's got the black one, the red one, the American flag one.
Okay. You're being silly.
I'm not being silly. I tell everybody if Hogan comes on the team, I'm like, look how this guy has it attached to his bandana.
Has anyone ever agreed with you or commented on it?
They're just like, yeah, why does he look like that? They agree he looks silly. They don't put it past him. They don't go. You think he has that much respect for himself that he wouldn't just have bandanas with fake hair? Well,
what?
Okay, here's the real question.
Let's get in.
We're not allowed to body shame wrestlers. Are we hair shaming, head bald shaming wrestlers? Are we not allowed to do this?
No, you can do it.
Okay.
But probably only if you're bald. So I think you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Oh shit. What are we looking for?
I don't want to say it's like using the N-word, but it's kind of... We're allowed to do it.
I'm being distracted.
Correct.
Okay, good.
What are we allowed to do? I need to know.
No, you're not allowed to do anything.
We
got a pass over here.
I said calling other people bald as a bald man is kind of like using the N-word if you're a black person.
Shit. Oh, wow.
We can say
Colin?
It's not cool
I don't know
at all.
if Colin's bald or not, but...
A beautiful head of hair is going to make fun of my...
That's why you're getting upset about the Hogan thing. You're like, how
exactly. I'm transparent about that.
Well, guess what?
I feel like my life would have gone different if I had,
Oh, I'd be a completely different person.
My life would have been different. Oh no! Now I'm like, what would happen to me?
I'm being wistful.
I'd be out on the street. Okay. Should we dive into one of the bigger chapters, chapter 24, Vertigo?
Let's do it.
You ready? Okay, here we go. We last left Vince. It's hard to say when we last left him because he jumps all over the place. I think even later he kind of ends his WCW stuff and then goes to David Arquette after he's put a button on the WCW tenure. But here he's about to talk about we left him. He wants to make people laugh. What was he rambling about when we left him? He's not the same guy. That's where we left him.
He's not the same guy he used to be.
Yeah. He's not going to write anything.
You can't be angry and hateful anymore.
So chapter 24, Vertigo. You probably figured out that it wasn't too difficult for me to make the transition from behind the scenes to in front of the camera. Okay, starting off hot. So he is now fueled with venom, he says. And being a character on TV allows him to release all the poison that was stored up in his body. Because now here...
Have you guys ever thought about yourself like that? Like, it's got so much poison stored up in my body.
No.
Is that...
No, I'm not.
Like
no, I'm not. Well, I was going to say I'm not Travis Bickle, but Travis Bickle thought that everything else was dirty. And that's where Vince kind of hangs out in that world, but... no poison in my no. I can't even think of another cinema character that.
Well, it's similar to like one of my favorite euphemisms of demons.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I had some demons. Like you're blaming all your bad behavior on demons.
Everybody's got the demons.
Vince has a darkness in him.
Well, yeah, it's all that Kiss music.
I'm okay. I was, when we read these books, and I think about these people more than I've ever thought about them in my life. Think about them. Whoa. Oh!
I accidentally hit the Siri key on my computer. I'm sorry.
You're all right. You're driving around. You're thinking about them. You're cooking dinner. You're thinking about them. Maybe it's just me. But I was thinking Vince, of course I was thinking about Vince just alone, just by himself with his darkest thoughts. And I was like, he might be, I'm like troubled. I got troubled by the thought.
Him being alone.
Just what he's really, because he's so evasive on who he is. And you get little glimmers with just how he wants to present his story.
I think that's why he's constantly like hustling, like, and just is nonstop. Like, he doesn't give himself that time to have the thoughts.
Or is he just so blank?
I know. Because I thought you were gonna say you think he's a guy with no internal monologue.
Yeah, blank. Yeah, or is he?
I think he definitely does, though. I mean,
you kind of have to write a book, right? How could you write a book about yourself if you didn't? Is that possible? If you don't have an internal monologue?
man.
But
Can you write an autobiography?
he does have an internal monologue, and it's like, well, he would tell you that it's who would you rather date, Velma or Daphne? Wilma or Betty?
Because the God stuff makes you kind of do that, right?
I had trouble even connecting that because I think that's such a hustle when you're the born again thing. It's such a, you know what I mean? So I can't even get to that to like think about.
I would be inclined to agree, but he clearly has always. Remember when he's like, even as a teenager, I was so thankful I didn't have sex.
That's where I'm
basically
like the darkest thoughts thing.
Man, I was just feeling like we're going a little too hard on him, but you remind me of that.
Well, like the story about Sable being hired always goes Vince, McMahon and Russo were the ones that were like,
yeah, oh yeah.
And so that's the Vince that I want to know. Vince, when he's working in just pure like his purest form was id.
Yeah, if he gave in to his urges, what does that look like?
Yes. Bro, it's the biggest bowl of spaghetti you've ever had in your life. Nobody makes cannolis like my
records.
What? Okay, Grateful Dead. Yes. Okay. Who here would spend $5 to ask Vince Russo about his record collection?
That gives me one more thing I want to talk to him about. I want to know if he's on Discogs. If I can look him up, I'd love to have his collection digitized, in a database.
What if he's just 100 took the $100 fee? Well, I guess it's 150, but we wanted to talk him down. You take the 100, he divides it by 5, and he goes, "That's how many questions they get. That's my going rate on the live stream. That's all."
30.
That's actually pretty damn good.
That's the math on that.
Kind of reasonable. Yeah, I like that math.
What do we ask Ian? Like 10 questions, honestly?
Well, I mean, with Vince, I could definitely come up with 30 bullshit questions. What did you, what do you think about Martin Scorsese? What do you think about Many Saints of Newark? What did you think about James Gandolfini's death? These are all just Soprano related. What do you think about?
Soto's going to the Mets?
Yeah, let's talk Soto.
Let's talk Will Clark.
Do you think
that's the second time I've heard Will Clark in the last week?
He mentions it in the book.
I know, but I heard it outside of the book too. What do you think about the year Rick Porcello won Cy Young? What do you think about that?
Honestly, you know what's gonna happen? Then we're gonna get invited to the league, and we're gonna get like guilt tripped into it, and it's gonna become this big like time commitment.
Yeah.
And
I still want to do it and school him.
I just realized that he has. I don't think he's ever been asked this, but Vince, book us, you versus Mr. Met. What does that match look like? What is that? What are the angles there? He'd have it ready. He'd love that.
See, then we just need to do it straight then. But just ask the things only we're going to ask.
Just to really...
You don't have to kiss his ass.
I know.
Just be like, hey, we're reading your book now. We got some questions. All right, Mrs. Met, what's the deal? Would you do it?
Are you a nasty little freak, Mr. Russo?
Mr. Cornette once said that you and Vince McMahon would talk about Sable's white cotton panties. Any comment about those?
God.
It's always Cornette's go-to. The two of them perving out together.
white cotton panties.
He would just...
Because Vince did have that thing of thinking Sable was, like, classy. He'd always say that. What a classy lady.
Good trailer park trash.
Man, it's a half hour. Okay. Still in the first paragraph. Here we go. Ready? So he's going to release all this poison.
You got to move a little swifter over the beats here.
Well, here's a beat I wanted to cover.
Pick your top 2 notes per page.
What if you saw these pages, you'd be crying. Here's what you don't understand. There's Vince Russo, the human being. Okay, he's passive, and he's always been that way. Then the Vince Russo character said what was really on his mind, no matter how vicious it is.
So he's like a sovereign citizen.
He's a character, but he's also not. But when he's the character, he's revealing his true feelings.
He's the living man, but he's not the person or the vessel.
I wrote, we need VJ in here to analyze this art. It's gonna have, so
I want VJ's letterbox to count. See what he's watching.
No Country for Old Men, 5 stars, heart. So there was infighting going on, right, at WCW, and he wants to make money with it. He's always felt that in wrestling, that's what made a great performer, is that people that could work with people they didn't like. If you're professional enough to do things out in front of the camera to make money. And I was like, where's this new belief system coming from? He's seen this once in his life.
And didn't know how to handle it then.
And he says, I've seen this many times in the business where the hatred was so real that one performer would just refuse to work with another. Can you imagine how great the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels real life soap opera would have played out in front of the camera?
Yeah.
And I
don't know.
When I first read that, I was like, didn't it? I mean, it did.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, this is Russo being Russo, but
yeah, he's talking.
You don't want to know that many details on screen.
Because
this guy's not going to do the job for me. Like, that's not interesting to watch.
It's just, he wants to see the locker room brawl.
I'm a Euro in Canada.
Yeah, he wants the truth. So he says, we didn't get to see them pulling each other's hair in the locker room shower. Man, Jeff Jarrett and I have played out some great stories together on TV when we had some legitimate heat. Wow. I don't know, did they? Yeah, no. I don't. Gus?
No, no, not at all.
Well, they knew it was best for business, and there's no issue in the world that can't be resolved. None. I wrote, tell that to the people in Gaza. So I was getting...
that can be solved. It's not...
I don't...
Solution
sounds like a final solution. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's...
It's what... So, following Bash at the Beach, he wants to work with Hogan. He would have begged to work with Hogan because he didn't have any issues with Hogan. He had zero. But he knew that Hogan would have notebooks full of grievances with me. Hogan was.
I would love to see those notebooks. I would like those to be entered into a deposition.
What's this guy's deal?
It's like the Nixon list of enemies.
Jay.
Does he?
Bill Clark.
Can you imagine the conversations Eric and Hogan had about Vince on the plane, on different times traveling? Eric's got to be cackling about him walking around in a baseball jersey all the time.
I don't know. Eric was wearing a lot of denim back then.
Yeah, but if you're wearing denim, I don't know if you see the guy with the baseball jersey. Which one of them was like, what an ass? Or
both of them, probably.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
And they can be more different. I mean, you got Bischoff's like a swinger, Harley riding, slickster. Russo's,
Can you imagine Eric cornering Vince?
Good Catholic boy from Long Island.
Vince, you're repressed. Man, lighten up.
Kiss is the weird thing in their Venn diagram. Kiss is like the...
yeah.
You've got Eric vibing. Yeah, Eric's vibing out to Kiss. He's got his arm around, his wife's friend. He's got
his Buffalo Bill beer, and he's looking past Russo at Amy.
Yeah,
just assessing the situation.
Yeah. And Amy and Vince is at the concert, just sucking. He's zoned in. He's watching Ace, very specifically, just him.
But Eric's just thinking about networking.
Yeah. What are we doing after the show?
Who else is here?
I'm looking.
Oh, Jason, good to see you. Didn't know you're here, man.
Yeah, I thought that was you. I saw you down there.
Yeah, they've probably been in the same fuck pole before. That's kind of gross. Ugh.
I never considered Jason Hervey as part of the...
Can you imagine
He's got to be, right?
Yeah, probably.
You do that much business together?
God. having relations with the older brother from Wonder Years. Yuck. So he says Hogan lets personal issues affect his professional life, and that's why the Hogan Russo feud never played out on TV. This shows.
So he's a human.
I don't know. I was like, I see. I don't. So I'm so blind to a lot of this. I was like, did it not? I thought it did when them yelling at each other.
I don't know.
So Vince is about to wrestle, and he says, "Oh my God, I have to learn how to work."
Fucking idiot.
What did I write
Does
here?
I don't know if you know, Gus. Does John Arezzi have a book?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I might have to look it up, and I just want to know about like the Russo origin stories.
Like,
you know how he came to be? He like
was
was
like-
just a caller on a Resi show, and then what, did he sponsor it, like his video store maybe? But he strong armed his way to being the co-host of the show.
so he was like a mega mark. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
He was just like, a frequent caller of a radio show. He was, a fucking glorified whackpacker.
Howard, when you had those women on, oh my God.
And then
I
he
had to
pulled
pull over.
that fast one that was just in the news recently. He went to that when Vince wanted to have the wrestling media come to that steroid symposium. He got
TV
press.
media.
He stole someone's press credentials. I think it was Arezzi who had it.
oh my God.
And went there with the intention of kissing their ass, and that's how he got his foot in the door. He,
Was he married with kids at that point?
yes, he was.
Oh. Oh.
Now it's so funny because speaking of that, in the next sections,
It's just such a weaselly way to like make your way in the like. There's so many double crosses you're doing.
Remember how he presented it initially in this book? I was like, I don't know how I became in the. I don't even know how this all happened to me. I never wanted it to happen to me, but we all know his history enough to know that he did everything he could. Any little job he had, he threw it back to wrestling.
He literally paid his way in.
Yeah. Was managing Big Vito on the Independents in the early 90s.
Skullman Crush.
Kick his butt. He's yelling out from
I'm stealing my venom.
Vic Venom. Were you a reader? Did you like Vic Venom articles? Were you like?
It was right at the tail end of my first fandom.
That's why I think, and then he uses that venom a lot. He's constantly filled with venom or spewing venom in this book. Also, this whole Hogan and the personal issues thing, and his professional life. It's like Vince goes out of his way doing all of his promos are like how I personally feel, or my promos. And you just can't fathom that somebody else would be like, that's not what wrestling should be. I don't need to be.
Yeah.
No, call me a piece of shit, bro. I want you to go out there and be like, this guy fucking sucks. So, he's 39, and I wasn't a wrestler. Dirt sheet riders finding a way to get. Oh, so then he thinks that he's doubting himself. He's like the dirt sheet riders.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
What?
I'm a year older than he was.
Mm-hmm.
You put me in the ring with 1999 or 2000 Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting you at least 3.5.
You gonna try and work? Can you give us one of these? Because we watched the match last week. Can you give us one of these where you're like, oh no?
Are you gonna like trade holds? What style are you working here?
Called in the ring, brother.
Oh my
Feel
God.
it out.
You were like, let's dance.
No doubt in my mind.
Sorry if I stiff you out there. I'm gonna work snug.
Lay it in, brother. Lay it in.
So he says he's getting the dirt sheet writers in his head. Vince, who doesn't care or read the dirt sheets, already in his head that they're gonna say that he's a terrible worker. Well, of course I was. I'm not a worker, he says. So he's saying, well, I'm just a figure in management, and I'm not supposed to know how to work, and that's the character. My first match was booked inside a steel cage at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta against Ric Flair on a live Nitro.
Oh, if it's in a cage, yeah, that's an easy 3.5.
So we got a lot of details. This is not an incident, but we got a lot of details already. Rick was great. What?
Mr. Flair, I'd be honored if he'd cut me.
Turn me Carolina Balloon H.
Let's see. Rick was a
This is
pro.
why I want to go down to Tampa, though. I want him to fucking chop me. Like, I want to experience that. Like, just...
God, can you imagine him leaning so close to you to talk? He's just so drunk.
Smelling like stale bruschetta.
Just yeah, because he's eating those kind of appetizers you'd get at that kind of bar at the fucking those. This is a VPR reference, but goat cheese balls. He's having some of those, sir. He was great with them. Oh, but Rick was great. Granted, he probably hated the whole idea at the beginning, but he's a pro. So they were at the power plant. They laid out the match. He's doing his baseball thing. This is like Will Clark telling me how to hit a curveball. Flair was great. He was patient and never ever condescending. He was a gentleman and respectful to me, as I was to him.
That sounds a little sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just wrote, why is he so annoying? He's always so nice. Like, why is everybody so mean to me? The night of the show, it was a huge house. No doubt they were paying to see the legendary Nature Boy kick the attitude out of the arrogant New Yorker. Was I nervous? Not as much as I thought I'd be. My words here can't express the respect I had for him. He says this a lot in this book, that he doesn't have the words, and still do. And he loves Ric Flair. Well, things went according to plan, and they did everything how they did it at the power plant, and then Flair took him down for a Russian leg sweep, which I don't think we saw. We kind of chalked it up to maybe he thinks the suplex.
Yeah, the back suplex. It is awkward. He kind of goes up like a, just a big piece of shit. You know what I mean?
And kind of drops.
Yeah.
Did he? Well, he trampolines his head off the
canvas.
There
were 13,000 people there, so that is a pretty good house for 2,000.
Yeah, what was great. Was that the main event?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, the main event technically was the gauntlet match. Kevin
Nash
right. versus the New
That's
Blood.
what the people wanted to see.
Yeah.
13 pure minutes of Kevin Nash just completely dominating.
2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. That was so good.
So he trampolines his head off the canvas. He doesn't feel it, though, because his adrenaline is racing at a fever pitch. He's locked in.
Why did they put him in like a football helmet or something stupid?
Oh, he says later.
They did that after this, right?
He does say that he starts... I don't want to spoil anything, but he says after this concussion, when everyone finds out that he has a concussion, they purposely start targeting his head if he's in the ring with somebody.
Imagine being able to do that to someone you fucking hate working with, and it's all like...
And then later he says that's why he starts dressing like that to try and protect himself.
Yeah.
So he says the thousands he was so locked in he didn't even acknowledge the crowd, the thousands who were in attendance, including members of my own family. He doesn't want to screw up and he doesn't want to embarrass Rick. That's what he's thinking. And then he says he's perched on top of the cage, 15 feet in the air on the steel structure. Keeping in mind, he's hell-bent on proving to Rick and the boys and the fans that he could play on their canvas. That's why he's doing all this stuff on top of the cage in his mind. I had no business being there. I wasn't a wrestler. But again, with all my critics watching, and each one desperate to see me fail, he's just determined to prove everyone wrong. Again, this is all created in his head. No one asked him to wrestle. No one asked him to be on the show. He waffles between he thought it was his duty to get ratings to go to it wasn't me that picked me, wasn't an ego thing. But he's up there now. He's proving that he's made up somebody to be mad at, and he's mad, and he's going to prove him wrong. Before I tapped out, the blood was supposed to be dropped on him, on Rick from high atop the arena ceiling, the calling card of the new blood. So he's slapping the canvas with everything he had, but for what felt like days, it was 1 minute, 14 seconds. But the blood never came. I remember screaming in agony for what felt like hours, but still no blood. Laying in the middle of the ring, I started to feel dizzy and confused, discombobulated. I remember almost passing out, just not being able to sell for a moment longer. So he's just bored. He's not really passing out from it. He's just like, how much longer? When the blood finally was dropped, forcing Rick to release the hold. To tell you the truth, I really don't remember the finish from there. Okay. I write this many times in this book, but the note is, wish we had some kind of record you could find and look back on. Wish this had been filmed at any point and you could, get a hold of it. I think I covered Rick for the win, but I'm not sure. Look it up on YouTube.
Thanks.
I said, boo. Yeah, I wrote, boo this man. By the way, I try to find Vince Russo stuff on YouTube, and it's fucking hard. It's like his entire fucking career is just, it's like one or two TNA promos and, a couple WCW things. That's it. I can never find anything on this guy. I don't know what to type in. I've typed in every combination of words with Vince Russo, and I get the same results all the time.
SEO, bro.
I like the first video that comes up. It's a video he made, and it's got the Meltzer tongue face.
I think that too, where it's like, did he purposely create a YouTube channel to just push everything down? So when you type in Vince Russo, it's all his results of him talking about that stuff. I went to the back, and the rest is just a blur. I don't remember who patted me on the back and who didn't. Nobody patted you on the back. If someone had patted you on the back, they'd be listed right now in this part.
It was Disco.
Another bird on Disco.
Cousin Buddy Lee Parker, hell of a guy.
God.
I know guys 20 years in that wouldn't have taken that bump. I remember someone. What matters, I didn't embarrass myself, or more importantly, I didn't embarrass Rick. I remember some. He doesn't remember the finish, but he remembers someone in the back telling him that it took so long for them to shower the blood on the arena ceiling because Rick wasn't on his mark. I wrote, what? Huh?
What does that mean?
Ric Flair's not where he's supposed to be, so they just were waiting, I guess, to pull the string on the blood bag, on the blood bucket, until he was, he's not close enough. It still missed, so what does it matter? To this day, I still question that. Was it last minute sabotage? Yeah, Rick's thinking about where's the bucket. Make sure I get this right.
You got that son of a bitch. Try and let me know, you fucker.
And then, you got to cut to Vince getting mad the next day when Eric writes a note like, hey, run through the match in the building so Rick knows where. Oh, why didn't you tell me that before? And then he goes, he learned a lesson, a very important lesson. I wasn't a wrestler. I was out of my league. And that was cool with me. I fucking hate when he does this shit. Cool with me, bro. Again, I was driven to that spot by those who were rooting quietly on the sidelines to see me fail. What? He's
gonna win the world title in 3 months.
Is he doing, like, in his mind then, is he doing that because to prove them wrong?
I don't know.
You didn't think I could work a program. Well, guess what? I'm the champion now. You thought Tank Abbott was bad. Well, guess what?
It's just a piece of tin. It's a prop.
Lou Fez. Kiss my Yankee ass.
So, he's arguing with these fake people that are rooting against him in his mind. Oh, you think I disrespected your craft or felt that anybody could do it. The truth is, only a few can. Working in the business now since 1991, I can tell you that a good percentage of the boys who make the profession as profession wrestlers still can't do it. It's the science. The science that begins once that bell rings. It's not the moves or the spots. Many hopefuls today do not understand that. So, there are very few things I appreciate more than that night, and I will forever be grateful for Ric Flair, not only on a professional level, but on a personal one as well.
All right.
Okay. There's a Thunder taping the following day. So he's going to go home.
He doesn't sleep with his wife.
He's going to go home and get much needed rest.
For 8 years.
Look, listen, Larry, he's going to go, you're like, oh, he's going to go home and get some sleep. It was going to be a treat to be able to sleep in the comfort of my own basement. I just wrote a sigh, like, and he goes, yes, you heard that right. And my wife is going to kill me for this part. Yeah, it's about to get embarrassing. But in a tell-all, you tell all. Looking back, I think it was the trauma of my first 3 months at WCW that sent me to sleep in the finished basement of my house. He has to keep calling it finished.
That makes me think it's not finished.
Disco comes over and he says it's not finished. Well, guess what? Now it's in a book. So he thinks the trauma of WCW in the first 3 months sent him to sleep in the finished basement of my house for almost the next 8 years. And I wrote 8 years? Because he's not in WCW for 8 years. What happened? And then he goes, that's right.
I could see, with how much of a wacko he is, him having cheated on her and doing this out of guilt.
Hey, he talked about that later. He has never.
I know. Sadly, I know.
Well, that's so he writes. So he sees me reading this, and my mouth is starting to hang open. And he goes, "That's right." I imagine he's combative when he's writing. For nearly 8 years, Amy and I didn't sleep in the same bed. No, it had nothing to do with marital problems, absolutely whatsoever. The truth is, in our almost 25-year marriage, we've had very few problems. What drove me to...
if you never acknowledge them, I guess.
what I was thinking was a huge problem would be you sleeping in the basement for 8 years. That's like a gigantic problem that I'm sure she wanted addressed. You can't really be like, hey, we had no problems. Yeah, I sleep in the basement all by myself, and my wife sleeps upstairs in our bedroom. And people would be like, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. No, there's something wrong. What is going on? Well, what drove me to 8 years in the dungeon, as Amy affectionately refers to it? Affectionately. There's no way it's affectionately. Oh, you're sleeping in your dungeon again. You're always in your dungeon. Dungeon means dark and dank, and it's a little hole you crawl out of. You're a little prisoner in the dungeon. It was simply depression and stress. I'm at a loss. I think Vince just likes the basement.
This is like one of those memes where it's like, guys will do anything other than go to see a therapist.
Yeah. Picture of Vince Russo will spend 8 years in the basement, wide awake.
I'm answering questions. I'm making money. Can't come upstairs.
It seems the first day I started working at WCW was also the first night I stopped sleeping. This fucking sentence. Slowly, over a very short period of time. That's quick then. Am I wrong? Am I reading it wrong?
Yeah, it's weird. It's I don't know what he's trying to say.
Well, in the past, in fact, throughout my entire life, the boob tube had always acted as my night hall. Which at that point I'd be like, isn't it night? Okay, yes, it's night hall too. Okay. As long as something was playing in the background, I would visit Dreamland without any hitches. I wrote the idiot box.
Marital problem.
Watching Nick at Night.
The ritual.
Was fine listening to Coltrane. Coltrane and Dick Van Dyke.
He's watching Nick at Night and seeing them in the separate beds, the husband and the wife. Because
That's
of
the
way
it
was.
should be.
Yep, that's normal. I'm doing it right now. Or he's watching he's watching Married with Children, like we were talking about. And he's like, Al should just go downstairs and sleep on the couch. Then Peggy wouldn't bother him so much. is Amy Peggy? Vince, let me get at that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't book Vince Russo being romantic.
Amy, I've got to go down and fantasy book, fantasy trade, whatever it is. Fantasy, everything's fantasy. So this ritual started probably somewhere around the age of 10. I always slept with a television at my bedside. Oh, his parents did this to him. To this day, there's no hope of me getting to sleep without one. I did think at this point, did they have a TV in their bedroom? And Amy's like, I can't do the TV anymore.
I'm Team Amy on that. Like,
I don't have a TV in my bedroom. Do you, Larry?
Listen, we fall asleep with me making noise. So I'm not a guy you would like.
Gus, do you have a TV?
I do, but it's not even plugged in.
Okay. Not a TV, but I'll have a podcast on, and that's what I go to sleep listening to.
I got to tell you, my stomach got tight when Larry said, but I'm going to say about making, and then he said noise, and I still was like, so he moves to Atlanta. And even with the TV, he can't fall asleep. Every night I'd find myself watching Tony Little infomercials with the sun rising just outside the window.
Me too.
Been there.
So, knowing that
you know what I used to? God, there was one that was like, I think it was for the Magic Bullet blender. where there was like a whole cast of like it was like so over the top. Like it was well written. It was like better than anything like Vince or fucking Rock's boy would have written.
Don West. Did you watch it thinking this host should be on wrestling?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think anyone could have seen that.
I wish there was a way for me to go back in time and buy some of those baseball card sets.
Yep.
The ShamWow guy, was that the guy with the beard? Was that him?
That was OxyClean.
OxyClean, that was him. He's dead.
ShamWow he was the real angular looking fella who bit somebody. Remember?
Oh.
I think in a sexual way.
Like Marv Albert.
Yeah, I was gonna say Marv Albert. Yeah.
Hang on.
Marv Albert.
Wow.
His legacy forever being synonymous with biting someone in a sexual manner.
What's his fucking name? ShamWow guy.
That definitely is going to get results. I know a good search when I hear it.
Vince Offer. Yeah, he's bizarre looking. Right. He also did the slap chop.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do here? Slap chop lawsuits. What? Arrest. Okay, a prostitute. He and a 26-year-old prostitute in Miami Beach. He was beating her up.
Oh, jeez.
Woman said, right, woman had bitten onto his tongue, and she bit his tongue and refused to let go. At which point, he punched her in the face.
So she lured him in and was like, fine, you win. Just give me a kiss before you go. Honk. Oh, shit, I fell for it. Oh, no. So, knowing that I would be keeping Amy up all night with the TV on, sure, I soon started nesting in the basement. What started as my temporary living condition soon became my permanent bed. The minute Amy would turn in upstairs, I'd head downstairs. After a few months, it just turned into the norm. Even though I knew this wasn't healthy for our relationship, I felt I had no other option. I wasn't going to keep my wife up all night because of my insomnia. And, just watching TV, not obsessing about the internet and what's going on the internet about him. Just kind of hanging out downstairs.
I miss,
do you believe any of this?
I miss periods in my life when I could do this.
Oh yeah. Just being able to stay up till 3, 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Eating at all times of the night.
You're 39. You have a full family upstairs.
Yeah. The 3rd season of ER all in one night. Yes. Better times.
So following my match with Flair, I slept better than usual. Whether it was the euphoria of getting it all behind me or just the impact of the adrenaline crash, I remember sleeping through the night. So he gets up the next morning. Something quite bizarre happened. Upon opening my eyes, I looked at the TV that had been playing all night. And for some reason, I couldn't put the picture within the frame of the set. So he's blinking, he's shaking his head. Feeling both concerned and confused, I then lifted my head off the couch. Oh, coach. Sorry, he puts head off the coach. Only to experience the room spinning around like I had just experienced a tornado in Oz.
Hayden Fox? That coach?
Craig T. Nelson?
I fell to the floor. A surge of nausea soon came over me as I slumped to the floor again. I had to call for Amy because he's so, he's so nauseous. And Amy soon came down the stairs and helped me up, and I told her that everything was okay because I didn't want to alarm her. So he calls her down and then is like, "Don't, I got this.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about. I'm fine." I just need a minute to get back up on my feet. And then he keeps falling down and crumpling. And now he's in a slight panic, he says. He crawled over to the stairs and he pulls himself up one by one on the stairs to the kitchen. I guess Amy's just watching. At this point, Amy was real concerned, as was I. Amy helped me over to a chair where I sat down and collected my thoughts and tried to make sense of this thing. Did I hit my head? And then he thinks back to that simple Russian leg sweep. I forgot to tuck my head. So Bill Banks is supposed to pick him up and go take him to Thunder. And he says, remember, in wrestling there is no sick. And there weren't no concussions either. And
just because that was the way the fucked up place you started at doesn't mean you had to perpetuate that culture at a place you were now in charge of.
That's the logical response, yes.
Looking back now, bro, I completely 100% agree. But at that time, you gotta remember. Oh, how would my peers perceive me? One match, one little concussion, and he can't come to work? They'd be laughing at me, and I wouldn't allow it. So, despite Amy's pleading,
that would be what would make them laugh at you.
Who's he picturing? Hulk, I guess. Ric Flair, his enemy. So Amy's pleading to not go.
Brian Knobs would be talking mad shit.
I took a simple Russian leg sweep.
It's Finlay. Oh, what a bitch!
The car ride was torture. I couldn't sell it. It's just part of the wrestler's code. I said, you're not a wrestler. You've said that already. Why are you following the wrestler's code if you're not a wrestler? You're attacking it as a management figure. He goes and he starts kind of thinking, well, where did this not selling an injury thing? It's a tradition derived from I have no idea. I guess it came from, what does he say? That the wrestler's going to be injured, then it's going to cost him pay. He's got to act like he's not injured so he can go to the pay window. I knew it had something to do with that. That's what he leaves it at. Then he goes back to it. Anyways, I think it also had something to do with ego. Okay? So then he's like, remember, Vince McMahon, sick? I sucked it up. Suck it up. Something I say to my kids all the time. Okay.
Dad, would you spend more time with me? I'm sad.
I can't hear you from the basement. Beej, come down here.
The Giants got a man on third. Can it wait?
Please come up. I miss you.
I'm bidding on a Mickey Mantle rookie card on eBay.
I want to see you in the sunlight.
Do you think... Now, he signs this WCW contract. I assume it's for more money than he's ever made. Right? Don't you think?
Yes.
They moved down to Atlanta.
No, he's probably on principle. I had to leave.
Yeah.
He probably shot himself in the foot with negotiations.
So like, what were you making there? And they give him the number, and they're like, we'll offer you $100,000 less, but we'll pay for your moving. He's like, deal. I'm thinking, though, I was kind of thinking, do you think them and Amy did in wherever it was, Stanford or wherever they were living, that he was like, God, I wish we had more space for my stuff. Amy wants more space for his stuff, and then he's thinking,
I bet
they
still lived in Long Island. How about that?
Oh, but he didn't have a man cave, and that's all he really wants is that damn man cave with all his bullshit. And so he's got it now, and he's like you said, like he's a child staying up watching ER all night long. No one can tell me with this guy what to do.
Well, again, I really think Vince never rebelled in his, in his early 20s. And this is kind of...
And how he's rebelling against his wife. Very cool.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I would be afforded that grace by a woman.
So he's taking baby steps into the arena. The vertigo is making me sick to my stomach. Soon some of the boys began asking him what's wrong. Even though he's downplaying it, he keeps downplaying it. They knew I wasn't being myself. whatever that means. I don't know. What does that mean? Vince isn't himself. So he shrugged it off. These guys wrestle with concussions daily. Ooh.
Whoa.
They're warriors.
Don't tell that to Konstantin Kiros.
Everyone's just walking around the arena. Every day he walks towards somebody that's like, I don't remember how I got here.
What's up, brother?
I realized, did I wrestle last night? I remember going to the ring.
Saw you at the Waffle House afterwards.
But then, so he's going, wait, I'm not a warrior, and I don't have any interest in being one. And then he goes, so this is just to my point because I'm painting myself as a total bitch. That he doesn't say that. That's my word. That's why from the start, this thing was not about ego or wanting to be on TV. It wasn't fun for me. It's like, what are you talking? Where are we going with this now?
I don't know.
As if he knew he was going to get hurt, and like he's like, see, I got hurt and I didn't like it.
He was sacrificing for the business.
I had nothing to prove to the boys on that level. Nothing. And
you can't write a show and not involve yourself. Like it's been done for 60 years.
I was trying to feed my family. Ratings.
The amount he waffles on everything. So here's his rule that he always lived to until now. He broke it. Now he's been mad that he broke it. When you attempt to be something you're not, that's when you get yourself in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, that is the golden rule. And that life lesson comes directly from God himself. Is that in the Bible? Yeah, is that in the Bible?
I don't think so.
That's when you're, by the way,
my good friend Al.
I truly believe that God created every single one of us with a purpose. Those gifts live in our hearts.
Your purpose is to ignore your wife in the basement?
Yes. I wrote, like, Vince keeps blaming God. He'll go down these paths and go, well, that's just how God made it.
Well, it's that contradiction of free will versus God's plan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or
hindsight is always God's plan to Vince. In hindsight, it was God's plan.
Yeah.
So, if you follow the gift that lives in your heart, Larry, you'll find your purpose in life. Okay. And he wasn't supposed to be in a wrestling ring. But you couldn't tell that to my drive and passion. Now we're back to that. It's his drive and passion. It's not about silencing the naysayers. So, he's at this show. He wants to, he's got a concussion. I remember the show was based around busing in senior citizens from an old folks' home, and they were going to throw one of their own, Ric Flair, a surprise party. So here he is. Vince is respecting Ric Flair, rebranding him for the modern times. So then, and then he goes, somehow Ric Flair ends up face first through the cake from the old fogies. Rick's loving this. This is
not
the one
at
after
first,
the cake
but
match.
he ended up loving it.
This is the show after he just got drenched in blood and beaten by you. Now he's taking a cake to the mush.
From old people.
Hey, they're just like you. That's why you're there. Waking up the next morning, there's no doubt I had a severe concussion. And that was later confirmed at the emergency ward. He goes, well, a concussion might be no biggie to a wrestler. Believe me, it is to a rider. So in getting back behind the pencil, he just can't. I just couldn't concentrate on my craft. When I'm writing, I don't hear the TV. I don't hear the kids. And I certainly don't hear the wife.
Marital family problems.
I was like, I just was writing just like stop and like This is explaining a lot. As Amy likes to put it, I go off in my own little world.
What?
Has she seen his world? She says that, but has she actually watched his output and been like, this is what you're spending hours doodling? Like, what?
Right.
It's him being like, you're a whore. Mike Tenay, you bitch.
And I'm sure, like, Mike's wife and Amy are friends, and, like, they're both lovely women, and, like, it's just sad.
I mean, there had to have been a time when Amy said, sit down, tell me what you're writing. I'm interested. Tell me what you're writing. And he was like, okay, so there's this group called the New Blood, and they drop blood down on the guys. And then Ric Flair, you know Ric Flair? The blood drops on him, and then I beat him. And then he's in a nursing home because he's old. And
Stacy Keibler has an abortion.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. Stacy Keibler has an abortion.
What? What?
You know how we were talking about
the abortion?
No,
Let's talk about Stacy's abortion.
We were talking about women's rights last week. That made me start thinking I need to put a little politics into my writing. I could be sneaking something in there. Oh, so she has the right? No. It turns out she's faking it because she's a whore. So he's off with this. So he's never to be heard from again until that final bell rings at the end of the last match. Okay. So now though he has a concussion, and I had the attention span of a 7th grader sitting through an algebra class. So what?
The writing a result of the concussion?
Yes. I wrote, admitted dumb guy says he's now dumber. What would once take me an hour to write now took 3.
Part of God's plan.
It's taking him 3 hours to write a Nitro. 1 hour for each hour.
That seems pretty goddamn reasonable.
He's staring at a format sheet and he's like, and what does Tank Abbott do? What was I thinking? First of all, so he just admitted
doing something. Tony Mama Luke.
It took him an hour. Let's say it took him an hour to write a show. What's he doing with the rest of his time? Because he said earlier, who has time to figure out what the next pay-per-view is looking like? We're going show to show. Who has the time? It takes you an hour. So take one more hour.
My rotisserie.
So, New Blood versus the Millionaires Club. The script called for me to further put myself in harm's way week after week. You're writing it.
What an asshole.
Cocky and brash New Yorker was working because I wasn't hard to hate. Everybody hates a northerner who thinks he's better than everybody else. Just ask Jim Cornette. At the time, it was unbelievable to me to see how the fans were actually buying into it. And I wrote, Dave said, it's not an act. And it was just you being yourself. That's what Dave's kind of review all the time. Like, yeah, it's Vince just being how he talks to you if you talk to him in person. His beliefs, on the business and stuff like that. It's not really a character. But to Vince it is, and he can't believe the mocks are buying it. I was hated on the internet. These people thought Vince Russo really was the guy he portrayed on TV. I said, you said you were. You said just 3 pages ago. It was a role that was easy to play. It was my New York personality magnified 1,000-fold.
Wasn't me.
Also, what didn't hurt, the fuel in my belly at the time. Again, label me paranoid. He does it all. Yeah, he does it all on his own. He keeps saying, you can call it by label. Oh, okay. He will describe himself being incredibly paranoid and then go, I don't know, was I paranoid? So call me paranoid, but every time he stepped in the ring, the boys knew his condition, and it was only a matter of seconds before they landed one on my aching melon. Coincidence?
Aiken melon.
Yep. Coincidence? Maybe. Sending a message? More than likely. Okay. And then he lists two people specifically that in previous pages he was like, they liked me and I liked them. What does that say? 1 week it was Ernest Miller. The next week it was Scott Steiner. Every week it would be somebody else. God, this.
It was in the script?
Yeah, you don't have to book yourself in matches then.
But it was in the script.
You think he's doing the nice guy routine? He's like, hey, and lay it in, bro. It's no problem at all. While like blood is trickling out of his ear. Is it literary review to be like, this is real bitch behavior? This is what he says here. And you know what? They had every right in the world to do it. Oh, take advantage of your vulnerable state? Cool. In their minds, I was an outsider. You're not an outsider. You talk all the time about how you're like a veteran in the business at this point. Why would you? How are you an outsider to them? And I was crossing the line into their world. Although they really had no idea.
What are we going back to John Stossel? Like, it's 2000.
I don't know. And then he goes, well, maybe they really had no idea what my motivations were. They didn't care. I just was in a place I shouldn't have been. Their world. Psycho?
Listen, like, if your boss was, like, basically putting your, like, future employment in jeopardy, because WCW, when that goes away, that's the end of the road for a lot of these folks. I'd be beating the shit out of a guy that's crashing the bus.
I mean, a guy who keeps walking around in a baseball jersey and he's at work.
Yeah.
I'm definitely thinking, God, somebody just put him in a headlock.
Yeah.
He'd be like, you know what I like to do, fantasy baseball, and I'd take a kind of a 5-second look at his jersey and go, oh yeah? No shit.
That's enough motivation.
I could feel myself just falling deeper and deeper into depression. Oh, I wrote down Larry here. Everything just seems so dark. Like a Salvador Dali painting. You know, the darkness of Salvador Dali. I went to that museum they got. I think it's in Florida. The Dali Museum. Is that where it's at? It's like, oh, this is dark, dude. I said it to my wife. Dude, this is so fucking dark.
They're whimsical, if anything.
Yeah.
You have children buying like goofy souvenirs, of all those different goofy paintings. Oh, guy was depressed. I mean, who knows? Who knows? How can you be depressed with a mustache like that? So he's thinking, man, he's so fucking fucked up and concussed, and he's describing it, and he's like having anxiety attacks almost. That was what he's describing. But I can't even fathom Troy Aikman playing with the one concussion, let alone 20. I said, now do Chris Benoit. At the time, my only escape was my man cave.
I just finished that last episode of the Vince doc, and in that is the part where Hogan said Benoit really didn't have concussions. He was just acting that way because that's selling.
Peanut, come here.
Any comments on that?
Look, that was like in that doc we talked about, I think, a little bit when Steve Austin's like, CTE, what even is that? Never seen it.
And then he has a tell that is left in.
What's his tell?
He scratches his ear.
Oh, he pulls on
The
it.
camera stays on it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's his subconscious going, are they buying it?
Yeah.
Let me stare harder into the camera. Huh? I've never seen it. Think about that's your evidence of something not I haven't seen it, so I think it's made up, quite frankly. All the NFL stuff that you see about it. It was so he's now upgraded. This is where the basement gets upgraded to the man cave, I think. At the time, the only escape I had was my man cave. I did right. His escape isn't the support of his family or friends. It's his man cave. I'd escaped down to my safe haven. It was on those nights in that
Amy, I'm watching Wings.
He's just stumbling down the stairs. She's like, you need to go to the doctor. This will fix me. You can't even see the TV. You said it was blurry. It was on those nights in that basement that my next symptom would rear its ugly head. No matter what was on TV or what channel it was on, I would find myself sobbing over the show. It could be a talk show, Judge Judy, a sappy movie, or Lifetime. It is stuff usually. You can't do a sappy movie then or Lifetime.
I'm amazed that he's like getting that much TV and like that's man.
He's sitting in the dark on his couch and he's sobbing. And he says, not cry, but sobbing. But sob. Big difference. I guess this is how Vince Russo killed WCW, he says. A grown man, sobbing in his basement, single-handedly killed a multi-million-dollar company. No. Critics. WCW was clearly killing Vince Russo. The circumstances had made me a shell of who I used to be while helping guide the WWF to the greatest heights it had ever seen. I wasn't even a man anymore. Men don't act like this. I just wrote, Brett is reading this book and noting Vince is crying in his little journal. He's not reading it. He's working with Vince, and he's like, I know this. I went back to the head doctor. It's what Vince says. And he says, look, you don't have...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That doctor that told Brett he didn't have anything wrong with him.
Yeah. Brett probably was like, you got to go to this guy.
We looked him up, remember?
Oh, right. He had really shitty reviews.
He's like, his role is strictly as an insurance doctor. So his role is to be a dick and refute your injuries.
I remember the lady was like, I was in a car accident, and my skull was fractured. He was like, get over it. You're faking. Okay, so he goes, you don't have a concussion. You're post-concussion. Bad news is you now have post-concussion syndrome. That's why you're crying over Scooby-Doo. He goes, man, it was just a bad time. What should have been perhaps the most enjoyable time of my life was simply becoming the worst. And he goes, Eric and Vince just didn't trust each other. You just can't work with an individual under those circumstances. You're supposed to make it work, Vince, and you're supposed to put it on the television. You just fucking said that. Hey, and by the way, Eric didn't give him a reason not to trust him. He wants to make that clear. But just knowing Eric and knowing his drive, there's just no question he wanted to be the one calling the shots. Money players were going on one side. Mid-carders that wanted to be main events were going on the other. A volcano was going to erupt. Who would be involved? Where would it take place? You ready? Or do you want to take a break?
Yeah, break. I wanted to go to Dunkin' real quick.
Oh, Lord. So this is a break.
15 minutes. I'll be back.
15 minutes. Put the timer on.
All right.
15.
This is going to drive Colin nuts here. Let's really take a break from Vince Russo real quick. What's your favorite kind of donut, Larry?
Oh, wow. What do they call it? Like the long boy with chocolate frosting and cream in the middle.
Right. Is that a bear claw or is that something else?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
with
about.
That variation. I'm not a custard guy. I'm not a jam or a fruit guy.
You just want that white creme.
Give me that white.
With the chocolate frosting on top.
Yes.
I am an old-fashioned donut, plain as hell, cup of coffee. That's what I'm rocking. I'll do a glazed if I have to, but I'm eating it with... I'll take some vinyl gloves from the shop and eat it with like that. What, I gotta go to the sink now and wipe my hands off? Just wear one of the work gloves. Eat my donut like a weirdo standing. I love being in the spot where people question anything I do, but I can go, what do you... Okay, yeah.
I like the really dry cinnamn donuts too.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I know I got it.
Chocolate glaze.
Chocolate glaze?
Yeah.
Guys love your glazes.
It's been many a year since I had some fucking Entenmann's, the little chocolate donuts.
Yeah. I have a guy that I know that loves donut holes, or the white powdered donut holes.
I'd love getting those on road trips, the little donut sleeves.
Oh yeah, you show him a sleeve of white powdered donuts. He doesn't like it when I tease him and say it's because of his former cocaine habit that he says that I invented, but I'm pretty sure he told me once.
Who?
This is the guy. I'm not gonna dox this guy.
No, okay.
So we've taken care of the donut conversation. Back to Vince. Oh, look, I'm gonna do it. I had because of this Ric Flair thing, and the next chapter being like, hey, by the way, let's talk about me being racist. He had done an interview that Dave covered during this time in The Observer, and I got that guy that recapped The Observers, and I have his little notes on it, Dave's thoughts on it, and then what Vince Russo said, and it all pertains to what we're reading about. So this is now, whenever he wrote this book, he's now saying, it wasn't this, it wasn't that, but when you read this interview, you're like, it was exactly that. Like, you do have these feelings that you expressed, and let's see. He did an interview with WCW Live on their website last week. And what did he say? He says, Hotshot World title changes are good for the business. People pay to see The Rock talk, not see him wrestle. The interview was a big conversation at the Brian Pillman Memorial Show.
Oh. Yeah, this is him on Observer Live, right?
It says WCW Live, but was it Observer Live?
No, this was Observer Live.
Okay. So
he may have said similar things on both shows, but yeah, the Observer one he specifically gives the kind of racist remark about Japanese and Mexican wrestlers.
Yes, the wrestlers. There's a big topic of conversation at the Brian Pillman Memorial Show. Both WWF and WCW wrestlers were talking about the interview. The WWF wrestlers feel, according to Dave, that Russo doesn't understand the business, which we've talked about, and proves how little he really meant to their success. A few WCW guys were defending him, saying Russo was just working the internet fans to get over as a heel. Dave says that'd be fine if that's all it was, but it's not if you look at it. It's not that he's just saying those things. He actually believes them, and that's how he books. Dave points out the hot-shotting of the WCW's world title. And Dave says, look at the ratings. They come to see The Rock wrestle. That's when the ratings pop, not when he does a promo. So, here's what the questions were here. In regards to the Sting-Vampiro feud, Russo claims Vampiro losing all the matches does not hurt him. And he, quote, says, I don't think anyone notices the losses. Regarding hot-shotting titles. He says, quote, the reality is every Monday or every Wednesday a title could change hands. The days of a guy having a title for 6 months to make it mean something is absolutely ridiculous. Those are the old laws of wrestling that just don't make sense in the year 2000. A champion defends his title a dozen times on TV and house shows. For him not to lose one of those dozen times is ridiculous. Okay, so Vince has never watched any, he has no, I don't know where he gets that from. In regards to the in-ring wrestling versus entertainment, Russo said he'd rather watch Norman Smiley versus Ralphus over a 20-minute match. Okay.
I disagree. Give me Silver King versus El Dandy,
Liz Mark Jr.
Oh, there you go.
What if there was a story though with Norman Smiley and Ralphus? The other one, it just moves. But then Ralphus and Norman Smiley.
I want Hector Garza duking it out with Cyclope to try to fucking feed their families.
But what if Norman Smiley and Ralphus used to be friends, but then they weren't friends? Does that do anything?
One was jealous of the other.
Yeah. Ralphus is stealing the spotlight. Maybe even steals Norman's girl. And it's funny because Ralphus is Ralphus and the girl is beautiful. Now, that match...
It's the Otis storyline.
Is it that match that you want to see now? Vince claimed that Vince McMahon is rattled because he knows that Russo and Bischoff are a threat. He says that why they maintained a good relationship with ECW and why they brought Mick Foley back to WrestleMania is because of Vince Russo. And somebody says,
what?
Well, someone helpfully points out that Foley was brought back at that WrestleMania before Russo and Bischoff had ever gotten their power back. He claimed that Mike Awesome never had an ECW contract. And the guy that was recapping it says that's he did because WCW paid ECW 6 figures to buy him out of it. He's not privy to those conversations. Vince talks about becoming a TV character now instead of just the backstage writer. He said he was doing it because he loves WCW and was putting his body on the line for the sake of the company. And the guy recapping goes, yada, yada, yada. And the guy that recapped this for Dave or somebody is amazed at Russo's ego as he talks about this. Oh, that must have been mentioned in the Observer. So that's what he read about the ego thing. That files away where he's like, everyone was saying it was an ego thing.
And by the way, you're right. This is the WCW live one. The one I was thinking of was his first run in '99. He went on the Observer Live 1 week into his run and was very frank about all of his plans and spoiled a bunch of stuff and just pretty open with what was going to happen.
He didn't give Dave the Ole Anderson treatment?
No.
Dave did you think that'll work? And then Vince was like, oh, you're so smart, bro? If you're so smart, then why am I not in your Hall of Fame, bro? No, tell me. Tell me why I stink. Russo claims that the ratings increased on his watch and that he was forced out of the company the first time due to politics. Dave has repeatedly proven how misleading and false the ratings claims are. Either time, it got worse. When asked about not pushing foreign talent, here we go, because this will be the next chapter. Russo basically just buried everyone. He said Silver King and Dandy have no talent, and that he's never even seen the Jung Dragons. And somebody puts in parentheses,
the Young Dragons suck. They suck.
In parentheses, even though they're a tag team that work for the company. He said the reason he hasn't pushed the other foreign stars is that in order to relate to American audiences, you have to be able to entertain. You can't entertain American audience if you can't speak English. When asked about the racial discrimination suit by Sonny Ono, he pointed out that, hey, he's pushed Norman Smiley. The person has a typo, Normal Smiley. Norman Smiley, Booker T, and Ernest Miller. Said he defies anyone to come up with anything creative that WWF has done since he left. It's outside of the Triple H Steph wedding, because he liked that.
Okay.
That's good storytelling.
Okay. Chapter 25. Not only is he killing WCW, now he's a racist.
I mean, the thing is, this is summer of 2000. This is like the best the WWF ever was creatively when he's saying that.
Uh-huh.
Right? Everyone pretty much agrees that all those 2000 pay-per-views are awesome.
He's stewing in the basement, right? He's stewing in the basement.
Does that mean he's molesting young men?
It's stewing.
Doing in the basement.
We're turning that into a look at the adjective.
Stew.
Stew. That's just drinking some homemade brew. That's the stew. Just having a room temp. I was gonna say ice cold. It's not ice cold. There's no way. It's been sitting under my sink. That's what's when you brew. That's what it's got to be in a dark place. Cool. I did that. I did that once. I did a little thing. I got it like at a work thing, where we did one year. You did like who has this number? Oh, this is what you pick something that's wrapped, and it was a little brewing kit. And I did it like once, and I was like, "What am I doing?"
Did you print a label?
No, I just drank it. I think straight out of the thing. Like just poured it room temp into the thing. and was like, well, did it once.
Okay. That's all right. I would do it.
Don't have to love everything.
It's a certain type of person. You got to be, you want to be crafty. I filed it away. You got to be crafty. You care about how long has it been in here?
Well, listen, I could see how it could be a negative trait, but I don't think I've ever really met like anyone in my circle has done it. So I don't have a reason to hate it.
It's one of those things that the more you get involved with it, the more stuff you gotta, you're gonna get into that world. All of a sudden, you're on a subreddit. You're looking at what's the best one of these things. I do flight simulator stuff. I love those little niche groups. I'm just saying, I kind of try to steer. I've been on record. I try to steer clear of becoming some kind of guy. I always get a little nervous. I don't want to be, asking a bunch of strangers, what if I like muddle cherries at the bottom of it? Will it get bacteria? Will it taste like cherry? Has anyone done this? I'll read it and chuckle to myself. I don't want to be that guy. So it's 2008, March 20th. That's a way to say a date. It's about 7 years since the horrifying nightmare of WCW. And he still has memories are surfacing. He's still like, ugh. He's still in the basement. 7 years since then.
Man, if you're still upset about like a job from 7 years ago, that's on you. That's on you.
Can you imagine telling Amy that? Why are you still in the basement? Remember WCW? Yeah, I do. 7 years ago. They killed me. Almost been a full decade.
Feels like it was yesterday.
He's just staring at the TV. She's like, oh, boy. So he's
taxis on.
Did you ever see Judd in Dear John?
We used to watch Dear John as a family.
Sweet man.
Reba's on. She's great.
So all this, what is bringing about this chapter is that it's March 20th, 2008, and someone recently called him a racist or alluded that he was a racist. And he goes, I don't know, maybe it's another case of a wrestler dragging everybody he holds a grudge against through the mud, hurting innocent victims along the way, in order to claim a big payday that he didn't have to work for. I'm not sure, just guessing. But to that individual, who I won't mention by name, shame on you.
Coward.
I know.
Name names.
I don't know. Why is he? Yeah, and this is what, a shoot interview? Is it the Payday he's talking about? Guy took a shoot interview and was like, yeah, he's racist. So who would it have been? Sonny Ono? I mean, who's saying it?
Ernest Miller.
Ernest Miller, his friend. Loved your work, bro.
God, in 2008, who would have called Russo racist? Who would be on the shoot circuit around that time?
2008.
I don't know.
Conan? But that doesn't feel right.
Well, maybe as we go through here, maybe he'll reveal a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember how much he goes, you can say whatever you want about me professionally. I suck. Check. I don't have a clue about booking. Check. I killed WCW. Kind of. I'm an egomaniac. I ripped off Paul Heyman. I'm a Vince McMahon wannabe. Whatever you want. I'm fine with that. Except I'll write a whole book about how I'm not those things. Last I checked, this is America, and we're all entitled to our opinion. But when you attack my character, that's something that I won't stand for. Being called a racist by those looking to make a quick, easy, unearned buck cuts me deeply. Truth is that it hurts now more than ever, being that I just lost my best friend, the godfather of my son, and the best man at my wedding, to a sudden heart attack at the age of 46. His name? Jeff Iorio. See? We didn't think he'd come back up, but he did. He's there. There he is from the beginning. And I will talk about him more later. But what hurts most about being called a racist is that the one human being who I love more than any other outside my family was of Puerto Rican descent.
You guys talk about, friends like that. My friend,
I often say, I can't be racist because it's always good when you say I can't be racist. My friend is whatever.
I knew this guy of Asian extraction.
But then when you add that, where you're like, I can't be racist. He is of African descent. That makes it. I don't know what's it. Is it Noosh more worse? Now, Vince is
Puerto Ricans can be racist as fuck.
That's almost like that Vince McMahon verbiage. Like Puerto Rican extraction.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's Puerto Rican extraction. Oh, I can't wait for his entertainment group. It's gonna be so fun.
In Trump's America? Can he do this?
Buckle in.
We're
on a highway to hell.
Now, I can go on a tirade here. He spells here like you'd hear, like hearing.
Hang on. You know what I picture in my head right now?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be special. Vince McMahon's entertainment vision would best be done by David Lynch.
That guy's on his way out.
And so it would be his version of decadence.
Oh, God. I mean, I immediately thought about WrestleMania 4. Trump, what's the name of the building? The casino, I watched The Apprentice not that long ago, maybe about a month ago or a few weeks ago.
You think Vince is going to get into casinos?
No, when you say Vince's idea of decadence or whatever, like David Lynch, like through that lens, and it like the way The Apprentice movie, they do kind of tackle that, like his idea of like when he finally kind of reaches a certain point, he's stuffing his mouth. He's in Atlantic City, look at all this tacky bullshit, and he's loving it, and he's stuffing his mouth with crap, and the Roy Cohn, Jeremy Strong is kind of looking around like, this is not like this is some convoluted funhouse mirror version of what I was telling you to achieve in life. Like he's taking all the worst aspects of certain things of that culture. Sure. It's very tacky. He finds it very like, ugh. And then, of course, I don't want to spoil it, but at the end, Roy Cohn's birthday party, he gets cufflinks and he's informed that they are fake, not real, whatever. And he's kind of really sinks in that this guy, he's in Mar-a-Lago. He's been talking about Mar-a-Lago all day. And he's just like, this is what this guy thinks of me. This is what he thinks. It's a good, hey, look, I suggest watching The Apprentice. I don't know. I liked it.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Yes, it's Sebastian Shaw. Is that his name? Or Stan Sebastian Shaw? Oh, that might be a comic book character.
Is it a streaming thing?
You can, sail the seas. You could probably find. I don't know. I'm sure it's around.
No. I'm asking, what was the origin of it? A movie or
no?
Is
It's a movie. It got released. No, it's a movie. Yeah, it got released.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's good. It's about the relationship between Roy Cohn and Donald Trump, and kind of watched the guy. It's not Sebastian Shaw. I think his name's Stan Sebastian. Whatever. The guy that played Winter Soldier. That guy. For all you Marvel heads out there, Al, is that your touch point? He played Winter Soldier. He plays Donald Trump as who? He plays it very subtle, like it's just a guy from New York, whatever,
Who are you talking about?
The actor.
Yeah, who is it?
I think his name is. I said Sebastian Shaw, which then I realized was a comic book character, and then I said I think his name is Stan Sebastian. But the actor who played him played Winter Soldier in the MCU world.
Okay.
I almost said the MCU.
Okay.
So he plays Donald Trump as this kind of guy. He develops all these things that's through his tutelage, his mentorship with Roy Cohn. And by the end of the movie, he is this kind of caricature that and how he interacts with people, but it's all like slowly builds up.
Okay.
So he says, now I can go on a tirade here about what I feel I've actually done for minorities in the business since I've been a part of it. But there's no need to. And I wrote, do it. Why? This book is called Now He's a Racist. Why aren't you listing off all you've done for minorities in the business? Do it. I know the truth, and if you look at my history, you'll know it too. That's why there's this book, Vince. I don't know jack shit about you.
Should have read the first book.
I mean, who does he think's reading this? Look at my history. If you know Vince's history, you just want to read more, soak yourself in more of what you've already, like all of his interview recap. Like, I don't know shit about him. So he says, what's fascinating to me is that a certain someone labeled me as a racist at WCW. When the facts will tell you that on my very first day on the job there, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Conan won the WCW tag team titles. That fact alone makes the accusations absolutely ludicrous. Throw it out. Would a racist make Rey Mysterio and Conan tag team champions?
Who did Bill Watts book as his main guy?
Yeah. It's time for me to set the record straight once and for all. What did I write here? Soy ovary going to? So you are going to. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The racist label came into play shortly after I first met Ernest Miller at WCW. While still with the WWF, I'd become a huge Ernest Miller mark, watching him on Nitro. So upon my hiring at WCW, I wanted to get Ernest more in the mix. Sometime during our first conversation, Ernest asked me about his manager, who happened to be of Japanese descent.
I've got Sonny Ono on Rene Dupree's thing on Vince Russo.
Okay, it might just be him then. Yeah.
What's he saying? I mean, would have been fairly recent, right?
Yeah.
Cafe Dave Rene.
Yeah. Sorry, how do I share this?
Present. See that at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
And then share screen.
Okay, let's look at Gus's tabs.
Yes.
Nope, I'm going right to the video. Fuck you.
Oh, here I got it. I gotta click edit stage. There we go.
Well, it's basically, you know, when
he sounds
when
like
Eric
that.
was ousted,
He looks like Johnny Fratto.
And Vince
Yeah.
Russo says, paraphrasing, but
He goes outside looking like that. He's wearing sunglasses
he didn't give a
inside.
shit about the Japanese. He didn't give a shit about the Mexicans. I don't want to sound like a bigot. I don't want to sound like a racist. But when you start with that sentence,
Yeah.
you know you're going downhill. and he says, you know, I'm from America. Guy's last name is Russo.
Yeah.
So he says, I'm from America. I'm American.
Oh no, Sonny Ono's one of those guys.
Ever,
He thinks Italians.
Japanese or Mexican on my television. Mind you, I was on almost every TV prior to that.
What did he say? I was almost on every TV.
You know, because I was managing all the Japanese.
Right.
That's not racist either. That making him
took
manage
me
all
off
the Japanese
TV,
people.
terminated all the Japanese. I think only guy who stayed was Kaz Hayashi because he wasn't getting paid a lot, and you know, I think Jimmy Hart saved him because they had that young dragon thing.
Yeah.
My stream setup is better than Rene Dupree.
But,
I know.
What is he doing?
And he'll argue and tell you that, you know, we kept Rey Mysterio and we kept Conan. Well, neither one of those guys are Mexicans. They might be, you know, Rey's of Mexican descent, but he's from San Diego. He's an American.
Conan's Cuban, right?
I don't want to go in on a guy I don't know, but the guy that's co-hosting with Rene Dupree looks like Drew McIntyre if he had a bee attack.
I
thought Sean Ross Sapp.
2 months before.
Okay.
So, you know, I thought they were going to make me just sit at home and pay me, right?
Right.
But since they terminated me,
Why does he keep looking to the side? Is he reading the chat? What is he doing? His eyes keep darting left and right.
When I hear stories like that, it almost seems like he was like trying to kill the New Japan WCW deal.
Let me also tell you why I believe that you're correct. Because think of this now.
Oh no.
By that time, 1999, 2000, New Japan was paying WCW about $1 million a year.
For the talent exchange thing.
And when he did that, that all went away.
Good job, Vince. You lost WCW money.
$1 million.
I mean, he just killed that revenue.
See, that to me is like, it's got sabotage all over it. Like a person like in New York would know how important that deal is, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one include Vince.
Yeah, who knows? You know, only Vince would know.
Right.
I can't trust anything Sonny's saying because he has sunglasses on. I can't see if his eyes are darting around.
But you know, I mean, they knew.
He could be lying.
I mean, and not only that, you know, I mean, I was treated as an officer of the company. I had a pager, I had a phone, all company stuff, company computer.
Did that all go away?
Okay, that's inappropriate funding from WCW. Why is Sonny getting a company car, a company computer?
Contractor, but I was working and I dressed as an officer of the company.
Oh, he's got the $1 million deal.
Wow.
So that's another.
I mean, what it also could
long,
be
is you had the lawsuit. How long was it settled?
He came up with Bischoff. Like early days, AWA.
So he probably maybe had an office title. Is he like an office guy?
No, but he's tied to the hip with Bischoff.
To clarify everything,
that's the only reason he had a position.
The lawsuit that came.
Eric, I need a car.
All individual lawsuits. It was not.
Yeah, when Bischoff leaves, of course, he's going to get pushed away.
Go, right?
Yeah. Well, I know what I had. I don't know what anybody else had.
Can you think of a good Sonny Ono performance?
Was it Ice Train?
This right here.
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray?
Wow.
I'm not going to do his voice. Friday, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I want to because he sounds so bizarre. It's the nasal thing. I didn't expect him to be that. Usually when you get older, your voice drops a little bit. Just from...
I don't know. He came out with Ultimo Dragon and had the like little Fuji disposable camera.
Not racist.
Yeah.
I feel like him and Bobby may have had an interaction or two that was kind of fun.
Okay.
Vince Russo's like, can you believe they gave him a company car? The insurance on that thing? I'm not a racist, by the way. So, he's talking to Ernest Miller.
That's
and Ernest asked me about his manager. who happened to be of Japanese descent. I told Ernest that I honestly felt that he didn't need a mouthpiece or anybody talking for him for that matter. Says Ernest dripped charisma. So
idiot.
So then Russo says, okay, you've read these 3 paragraphs, right? Now, from those paragraphs, we've narrowed a few things down. I can't be racist towards those of Mexican or Puerto Rican descent, being that I put the tag straps on Rey Mysterio and Conan on my first night on the job, and I can't be racist towards African Americans because I just admitted to being an Ernest Miller mark. So at this point, I guess I'm a racist towards Japanese people because I felt that Ernest Miller didn't need a manager.
Oh, they're not Mexican. He's from San Diego, and he's Cuban.
This is the way his mind is working, be like, pretty airtight case here, guys. But wait, the story gets better. I'm interviewed by someone writing either for a wrestling dirt sheet or a wrestling website. I can't remember. They're one and the same.
Oh, hang on. Are you going to say?
What?
That's not the phrase. It's one in the same.
Oh yeah, they're one and the same. Yes, they're one and the same. I guess. They asked, "What are my thoughts on foreign wrestlers?" My answer was simple, and it's the same answer I would give today. When it comes to foreign wrestlers competing in the United States, there are 2 huge obstacles to overcome. Problem number 1, they wear masks. In my opinion, it's very hard for the fan at home to relate to someone who's hiding behind a mask.
Yeah, Darth Vader never got over.
Wearing a mask, you take away one of your strongest weapons and getting over with the fans.
Spider-Man wasn't popular.
When he saw Spider-Man, he move his eyes now.
La Parka?
Yeah, but he's not over. He's not over, bro. You're taking away your emotions when you're under a mask.
Blue Demon Jr.
Then he says, to this point, I wrote like Rey Mysterio, Kane, countless others.
Yeah.
Viano 4.
That's okay. So it goes. So to that point, he says when he's producing guys and they're doing an interview, that's why I always tell the guys to take off their sunglasses during the interviews.
Maybe that's why Sonny had beef. Oh, fuck you. I'm going to keep my sunglasses on.
We got to see your eyes, Sonny. We got to see that emotion. Problem.
I've got $1 million. Fuck you. I want to do the voice, but I'm not going to do the voice. It's so hard to not do the voice.
I know. I want to just do a nasally voice, but I'm afraid that I'll slip into it, and then that's a problem.
This guy's going to have a field day with us.
Problem number 2, language barrier. If the wrestler speaks a different language, the American fan at home doesn't understand that language. Then Houston, we've got a problem. And I wrote here, I just started writing wrestlers again, like, sorry, Penta, Shinsuke, all of these other like wrestlers.
Well,
Great Muta, is he?
Hear me out here. He says, yeah, you can have an interpreter, but then the heat goes on them.
Yeah.
How about fucking Otani?
Yeah.
Right? He's a great heel, even though he's got an interpreter and he doesn't speak the language.
God, I bet he loves the Okada push. That's how I would use him, bro. Just have him say bitch.
Bitch. Brilliant.
I can't stand that. That's Okada's gimmick. It reeks of Vince, of like it. Like it's just not good.
Tony lets guys do too much.
Tony Khan signed one of the, subjectively one of the best wrestlers in the world over the last X amount of years, and he was like, "What I really want to do is American wrestling." Tony said, "Okay, and what does that involve?" Bitch. It's funny. You gonna have any good matches? No, not too many. I have dates. Only so many dates I can make. How are you supposed to get over a wrestler when the fans don't understand what he's saying? Just Vince staring at a Shinsuke Nakamura promo going, can't make heads or tails. Guess he's mad. I'm not saying it can't be done, but very difficult to do. The proof? Go through those note cards in your brain and come up with a list of 5 foreign language speaking wrestlers who wore masks and who got over with some success in this country. Okay, 5 foreign, and they wore masks.
Mil Mascaras. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you could, but Russo would be like, who's that?
Mr. Wrestling 2.
If I don't know them, if John Q. Public doesn't know who it is, are they over, bro? That's it. I'm guessing that's what his retort would be. My statement was based on both opinion and fact. So, if you can get over, I'm going to help you get over. I could care less if you're a mountain goat. And as far as being racist towards the Japanese, the truth is that I just haven't worked with many of them in my career. Why? Because most of them are working in Japan. But I will tell you this. I was a huge mock of Mr. Fuji and Professor Taru Tanaka.
You asshole.
And I draft Ichiro on my fantasy baseball team every year.
I got Fukudomi.
I said this is really deep into doth protest too much. What else?
Hey, sweet Davish kid's all right.
He would say, "Oh yeah, that old racist thing. Oh, yeah, I'm drafting Otani now. Is that racist? I think he's innocent." Of course, dirt sheet writers do what dirt sheet writers do. And he should have known better. Everything got taken out of context. His words were completely twisted around and make it look like he had it out for all the Mexican and Japanese wrestlers in the world. Take that along with a bitter, unemployed Japanese manager. I think it's Sonny. It's got to be Sonny, right? At this point, he keeps bringing up this, and he won't name him by name, right? Does he ever say Sonny Ono? No.
And that's Sonny Ono. That's the only person that fits that box.
Vince Russo is a racist.
I don't think it was Mr. Fuji.
No.
Or Taru Tanaka. Or Ichiro. Man, now more than ever, the old Vince is begging to come out here. He's screaming inside my left ear saying, "Name names." Hey, us too. Tell them how you really feel about them. No matter how much I want to, I just can't. No matter how badly people hurt you at the end of the day, no matter how difficult it may be, you need to forgive and love. That's why he's wearing that peace medallion in that streaming thing we watched. Peace, brother. Peace and love.
Get a piece of my nuts.
What's worse? Vince is being passive aggressive and then also kind of aggressive in a passive way, or a person that's aggressive. Which would you rather want to deal with? A worm?
No. Just a straight up asshole. You'd rather
I would much rather deal with a straight up asshole.
So, this fabricated racist thing. The one thing that hurt me the most didn't actually involve me. See, he's not actually, it's these other people that he cares about. The other innocent individual who will always have a soft spot for. Booker T. And I wrote, G.I. Bro.
Oh, man.
What are you talking about? Man.
And Booker T is your example of not
he's about to do
being racist is a statement in itself.
Dude, and so he gets in this Booker T thing. I want you to decide, why did they make him champion?
Oh, yeah.
Man, not to get all warm and gooey. Not to get all warm and gooey here, but I love Booker T.
Shucky Ducky.
Let's see.
My friend Booker.
I was thinking about the feud when he lost the rights to the letter T.
I love that.
And his music, and he had to come out to
Tony Norris, Mark. Ahmed till the day I die. That was my guy.
Ahmed looked pregnant at the time.
Oh, it was amazing.
Barely move.
So good. He got the letter T.
What did he call? Oh, Big T, right? He called himself
Big T. Yeah. You think that was a rib? You think Meltzer put that in the Observer? Big T was a rib on the business for testosterone. Big T. Because he always says that's what Test's name was.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
When you don't listen.
Yeah. They should have done like a tag team partner of like Deca Asteroid or something.
God, man, Test was just a goofy looking guy.
Oh, stop.
Those rabbit teeth.
Just the proportions. His head was so small on that frame. And then the hair.
You guys are baiting.
But yeah, the buck teeth.
He had Canadian hair.
Yeah.
He had the best big boot in the business. And I'll say elbow drop, honestly.
Chaos was swirling around WCW.
Elbows in the corner.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
Snake eyes.
Listen, if you're asking me in the fall of '99, him or Triple H going up, it's him. To me.
Now imagine you give Test like
Test
a Motorhead
too. Yeah.
You give Test Motorhead.
I mean,
word.
He's getting over.
Yeah.
He was getting over it. Wasn't he getting over Steph's guy? I feel like I didn't have a huge problem with him.
Yeah, he was.
I'm sure he thought so too. And then Triple H thought otherwise. So, impact of Typhoon Mary. That's what's going on in WCW. But Booker T was a calm, soothing ocean. He's always the same guy. Respectful, agreeable, professional, and always smiling. Form, ear to ear. Form, ear to ear. A lot in this chapter. A lot of misspellings. A lot of typos. It's almost like he's nervous. At the base of my very core.
We should polygraph him.
At the base of my very core is nutsack. I always knew that I was in the business for guys like him. He's just describing like a normal employee that's kind of like, just cut me the check, man. Respectful, agreeable, professional. Happy to be there. One day at a booking meeting, I went around the...
Was it a booking meeting?
Yeah, it was a booking meeting. I went around the entire table and asked everyone, if you were to switch the title... Yana, I was at a booking meeting, and I said to the table, if we're going to switch the title right now, who would we put it on? The answer was unanimous. Not 5-2, not 6-1, but unanimous. Almost in harmony, the room sang, Booker T. So then he asked the table, he goes, why? And then unanimously, Terry Taylor, Ed Ferrara, Tony Schiavone, maybe J.J. Dillon's there too, who knows? Because he's a company guy. Well, it's simply a no-brainer. Why don't we put the belt on him?
Is that Joe Kennedy?
He's going, bro, check and mate. Mate? Wait. Check and mate, bro. Why aren't we putting the belt on him? There was no answer. Silence. So he made a decision. Booker T was going to become the new WCW World Champion for the first time at Bash at the Beach. Man, this should have been storybook. He's going, here's this guy paying his dues, coming up through the ranks, never playing political games, being passed over time and time again, finally getting his due. He's like, everybody should have been celebrating this in wrestling. But of course it wasn't. Why? Because of that certain Japanese gentleman I mentioned earlier, riled up a disgruntled employee or two in the WCW ranks and rallied them to file a racism lawsuit against WCW. Damn it, drat. Thanks.
I'm getting Pearl Harbored here.
Sonny. Yeah, Sonny. You're taking away Booker T's moment. You know that, right? When you file the lawsuit, you're taking away from Booker T's moment. Well, in the face of this, there was good old Vince Russo putting the title on Booker to prove that neither he, that's where I was like, wait a minute. To prove that neither he nor WCW as a company was racist. Well, that story makes me want to vomit. I'm sorry, he can't put it in a nicer way. He wants to throw up. What was going on at that time with the lawsuit had nothing to do with our decision. Nothing. And you can ask anybody who was in that room. And he says, I had already been labeled a racist. It was Booker T who had earned it. That's who was being discredited. What a damn shame. And I wrote, now who's the racist? It's you, the reader.
There was another what do you call it? What do you call evidence in a case? Exhibit. Yes, exhibit. I don't remember who, but it was circulating the WCW office. It was a fake food menu, a Chinese food menu. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I can't imagine it's gonna be
good. Interesting. Are you gonna have it? This was
what do we got? What we got?
Yeah.
This was what were they gonna do with this?
This was like passed around the office as a joke
in WCW.
Yes.
Who do you think now? I mean, is this something that just was going around, or Vince took the time to make this in Microsoft Word with the clip art and everything? Suck me pagoda.
Russo? You think Russo was doing this?
Can you zoom in? Let's see. We'll find out.
I don't think I. Oh.
Here we go. Can you? What's it? Go scroll up a little bit. What's the catchphrase of the? Let's see if this reeks of Vince Russo. Suck me pagoda, Cantonese cuisine,
69
Galatian Boulevard. The phone number is also 6969. And it says 281 69. That's 281. Get it? 281 6969. Porking in the rear. Okay, let's look at these. Come drop.
It's Russo listening to his Dice tapes.
Yeah.
He needed some money.
Platter. Who flung poo? Suck some tit. It's hard to read these. Young Poontang. No takeout orders accepted. Oh, suck some tit is children's special. Okay, there's little jokes in here too. Jokes. Who flung poo? Napkins and raincoats provided. Okay. Dinner combinations, including Smeg roll, and fortune nookie. This has got to be him, right?
Yeah.
This is almost too creative.
He's doing this in his basement one night. Amy's behind his shoulder.
Hey, VJ, can you show me how to do that thing on here again?
Where I put the clipboard in. The printer's not printing. Some dumb chick. You get what you pay for. All the price. $6.69. $6.99. Fuck me slow. Lick me clit. Choke on it. Fuck way too young. Way too young. Some gulp cum. Fuck you, man. Come chew some twat.
Yeah, that one.
Dinner for parties of 3 or more.
Tongue some chick.
Gosh.
One hung low. Chinese meatballs. Okay.
You can't tell me he wasn't listening to Dice every day.
Okay. So now he's going to go into Prelude to Bash at the Beach. When I hit my 20s, he's in school in Evansville, Indiana. I became obsessively goal-oriented. And he thinks that's because he had so much on his plate at the time. When he was a sophomore, or as he says, I reached sophomore status, I was the editor of the student newspaper. He's the vice president of the fraternity, Sigma Tau Gamma. He's holding 2 jobs. He became really driven during this time, and his main goal was quite reachable and fairly innocent. We think about Vince here as we know him, and he's got all this on his plate.
Tongue some poon.
What?
Just this 2 jobs. He's in a fraternity. What's that look like? He's the student news editor of the student newspaper, vice president of his fraternity. Let's say I'm in Vincent of fraternity.
I know it's hard.
Bro, everyone had to get paddled. You're not.
I don't even see him being a drinker.
It's the one fraternity that doesn't drink. Ugh.
Yeah, probably. It could be a nerdy one. Yeah. I mean, he was a writing student, so he could have been in a, like a more intellectual frat. I don't know.
Well, he never dreamed about making...
Despite being in college for like 14 years, I was never into that life.
You didn't want to be sexually assaulted?
No. It was good.
It's just hazing, bro. We all gotta do it.
Listen, yeah, I'm guilty of the hazing, but doesn't mean I want to do it.
So he never dreamed about making millions of dollars. The truth is that never in my life had I or have I been driven by money. Didn't he say that's why he signed on with WCW originally? And that's part of the problem?
No, it's because Vince disrespected him when he was like, hire a nanny.
Yeah.
I'm paying you enough?
Well, he says that's depressing to him. The most depressing thing for anybody, he would think. He's speaking about what depresses other people, the guy in his basement.
Yeah.
Is that you're getting up and you're just working a job you hate. And so he says when he was in high school, he wanted to get out badly. So he doubled up on some credits and graduated after his junior year. Then he went to community college, but he dropped out because he wasn't ready. And he says, how could I have been ready when all my friends were still in high school? Flaw in his plan.
Man. This is me. He's describing.
Is that why I have question marks here? Larry?
Seriously.
Yeah, but did you now see now his plan? He wanted to get out of high school because he didn't like it, but then he forgot his friends are still there. So when he's going to community college, all of a sudden he's like, wait a minute. Damn it.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Well, then he had to find a full-time job, after he dropped out of community college. He works. His dad gets him a job at a company called.
I remember it being weird the night of senior prom because you were there. I didn't even go to school during my senior year. Yeah. So I think we were playing tag in a Kmart that night. That's where I was.
How old were you, Larry?
18.
Okay. Larry's like, I graduated early. I was also 19 my senior year. So he's working at a company called Hazeltine where his dad works. Hazeltine.
Well, yeah, and this is where we differ because he's a fucking bitch with this story coming up.
Oh, yeah. Hazeltine, where his dad gets him a job, where his dad works, is a defense government contracting company.
Did anyone look this up?
No.
What awesome things do they do?
Well, he talks a little bit about it. I don't think he's thought hard about what's going on there, but doing his son a favor, like all good parents do, pulling a couple strings. He just wanted his son to have a job, He didn't want his son to be a college dropout. So he goes, man, a paycheck for 40 hours a week, I was rich. He goes, this was a far cry from washing dishes for a few bucks a month at Howard Johnson's. So he says, I didn't have to go through 4 years of college to be a major success. I was already there. I knew it would be this easy. The guidance counselor at school, my parents, they didn't know anything. I was like, wait a minute. His parents and guidance counselor have been telling him that he wasn't going to amount to anything, even as he's trying to graduate early? Vince, you don't get it. And so he's riding high, and then he goes, "I became the fourth man on an assembly line." So Hazeltine's business was making PC boards for defense military equipment. And he's on the 6-man assembly line. He's the fourth man in it, and he's putting the same chip in the same board for the same 8 hours a day. So there you go. Vince Russo's putting in the targeting chip for all those missiles. They're gonna get.
So he's responsible for the ongoing genocide.
Yes.
For your
Yes.
Vince.
But he's turning to the guy and is right. You ever wonder where these PC boards go? This defense contracting company. I was being used as a brainless, emotional zombie, and I was barely 18 years old. And before that, he just describes how an assembly line works. One guy puts a pod in, then I put my pod in, and then the next guy puts another pod in.
Listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm listening.
Have you ever worked on an assembly line?
No, but I'm aware. I've worked on floor.
I've been in like a warehouse doing just logistics, like scan shelf.
After I lost my longtime grocery store job, I was flailing, so I went to the employment office, and they, you can get the job that night, starting at this place. Right. At the time, $15 an hour, full benefits after 90 days.
Oh damn! Yeah.
It's an assembly line making Vitamix blenders.
Mm-hmm.
So you're literally just putting rubber feet on for 8.5 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or putting a sticker on the blender for 8.5 hours.
And you liked that?
I lasted 6 days, and I left halfway through a shift with shame.
That's gotta break a person.
I feel like now people kind of dig that kind of job because they can listen.
You couldn't listen to music. Music
yeah.
would have made it okay, but you couldn't do that for safety reasons.
I feel like now, if you got one in, you're golden. I think they'd allow it. I think they'd let you walk.
What I do, yeah.
I did know a guy. I'm always a guy operating a machine. I'll say that. And I knew one guy, and at one time I was at a place operating a machine, and you had to wear hairnets, and this guy did not want to wear a hairnet, and he he wanted to know why he couldn't wear a do-rag, and that was sufficient. And it was a real big back and forth. So he's an emotional brainless zombie. I was barely 18. I thought he was 18. He graduated early. This is the next year.
I don't know.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget going home after my first day on the job and just crying like a child who had just been slapped for the first time. You know that experience we all go to.
I've even had those experiences, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you went home and cried because of something.
Leaving that blender place, I probably did. Because you're broken. You're broken by the fucking, the boredom. This choice between having enough money to pay your rent at this apartment, or your soul being broken and just quitting on the job and having some sanity. It's taxing.
I would just find the little things, I guess. Like at this place, I was friends with the Micronesian immigrant guy, and we'd go to lunch, and I'd buy him lunch. And one time I said, "What's everybody's fucking problem at this place?" And he was like, he started laughing. He says, "The things you say, you talk too much to. You say things to them, make them mad." So that's fair.
So is your lesson to take the guy out to lunch?
What? He liked me.
I don't know.
He liked me.
That's good.
And I was like, he's the nicest guy in the whole place, and he likes me. Granted, I'm buying him a lunch and stuff like that, but
the box making night There was one night I spent making the box. That was kind of fun.
See, there you go. So okay, so
you're like end of the line. You're just making the box.
Okay.
I bet you could do like a fun like flip thing and make a little like game out of it, like enough.
It's at least physical you can move. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're standing in a place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So part of my thing was as I'm operating the machine, I'm supposed to be throwing you get I was printing bottles. Okay, so you throw the box away, and once you empty bottles into the machine, right? And then somebody comes around and picks up the boxes, right? They're all flat and what have you. And I'm a very young man at this time, and an older man than me his job was to go around with a why am I blanking right now? The fucking no, not now. Oh my god. I literally was just saying, can you grab this?
Oh no. All right.
What's the goddamn thing? What's the manual forklift?
A pallet jack?
Oh,
a pallet jack. Christ almighty. A guy's walking around with a pallet jack. And he puts the boxes on the pallet jack and then walks away, right? Puts the pile of boxes. And he one time goes, "Hey, can't you make your pile a little bit cleaner?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Why are you being an asshole?" And I said, "Look at what I'm doing, and how old I am, and look at what you're doing, and what your age is.
God.
Your job is to pick up after me. So do your fucking job." And he stared at me.
I would do that, but I wouldn't say it in such direct terms.
I got called into a meeting, and I was like, I can't believe I keep getting called into meetings at this place. Another woman was like, "Why are you so rude to me?" And I said, "Because you're the biggest bitch here." And everybody says that, except I'm saying it to your face. That's why. It's always fucking something. And then she cried, which was like, that's fucking... You can't do that. You can't be mean to everybody on the floor and then cry when someone just calls you out on it. Anywho. There's stuff like that. Fun play. Somebody said... Okay, here's another one. A temp. A very elderly temp. Went to somebody and was like, he's never actually like doing what he's supposed to be doing. And they came to me and they were like, "What's this about?" I said, "This guy can't even fucking remember to put his teeth in. You're gonna go off of what he's saying, what I'm doing?" That was my argument against. I mean, he was right. I was leaving the machine to go whatever. Oh. He was right, but things were getting done. Shut up, you old man temp. Who would forget to put his teeth in?
Well, my rise in the politics of the grocery business meteoric to where my friends called me the franchise because I got over my cut and shoot promos. I would get fed up and cut a shoot to like the store manager and be like, "Here's what's going on."
Yeah.
Stab people in the back, throw some people under the bus.
The politics.
If people sleeping with each other on the job, it was a full-time.
See, I can't.
You guys ever pulled the OSHA card?
Oh, jeez. I mean,
I've never pulled it. I don't want to talk about that.
We had a guy, a meat cutter, who people swear took his own limb off knowing what the payout would be.
Oh, shit.
He was missing a finger, and everyone thought he did it on purpose.
See, I have all these great stories, but I don't want to dox people.
Because in the union book, if you're a meat cutter, each finger is worth a different amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what Mickey Rourke was doing. What, did we establish if he was in the union on that one?
He was there a while.
So he's like the slap for the rivers. Was this the American dream? I wrote, this is day 2. He's 18, almost 18, or barely 18. Is this the American dream, Dad? Putting little pots in little boards. And wait, I said the chip is bigger than the board? Putting little parts in littler boards. Why would the chip be bigger? I'm not getting too into this.
I don't know.
Jim Russo. That's his dad. He didn't have a lot of stroke, so he complains to his dad, but he did have some. So, my dad was one of the good guys and still is to this day. So, well, he works for a government defense contracting company. How good can he?
One of the good guys.
So, what Jim Russo liked to do is he'd go to work and then he'd go play softball. That was his passion. I swear to you, the game after work was more important to him than work itself.
Good, that's a fucking healthy attitude. You should have picked up on that.
He's playing after work. He's on the weekends with the neighborhood team. And Fruity, that's my crazy Italian mother. She hated it. So it'd be the weekend and they're trying to get to, their engagements or going to visit her family. And they have to wait for his dad to get done with his softball game. The red Chevy Vega pulled up. She flung that door open and had at Jim. She cut promos on him. My mother would blame everything on Jim's playing ball. And Jim, he did the same thing that he does to this very day, some 40 years later. Yeah, he's still playing softball at 77. He somehow, some way, tuned her out. Wow. I started being like, Jim's basement is softball. Tuning out his wife. He's like, somehow you know how to tune your family out.
What a good husband does.
I mean, she'd be all over him like a child on their weekly allowance. Larry, Gus, anybody? Over him like a child on their weekly allowance.
Yeah, that's what normal people say.
Don't know that turn of phrase. To this day, the man's a saint. I mean, you'd have to be in order to be married to the Fruitinator for over 50 years. The Fruitinator.
Oh, come on.
So, now Vince is an expediter. And that's a person who tracked down various parts within the company that individual departments needed in order to fulfill their orders. So there's 10 buildings on the property in a mile radius. So every day, his boss would give him a list of who needs what, and off he goes. And then he goes, "Are you getting this yet?" He's like, I was working a scam there. See, which the scam is not working. He would do his job. He'd do his job very quickly, get all the parts to all the people. Or he'd gather the parts but not give them to them, but he'd be done by lunch. And then he would just fuck off for the rest of the day. And he calls them elusive. And these are elusive parts. And I wrote, I promise you, they're not elusive. There's a system.
I was going to say, I feel like I could take his job with a simple program.
Yeah, you're just a gopher, my man.
You're like an Excel macro away from being made redundant.
He's lucky there was an email and he didn't have to deal with me where I send an email and go, "Where's this part? You said you shipped it." And then they said, "We did ship it." And I say, "Where's that email?" They said, "We sent it on Tuesday." And I look and I said, "That's an email confirming the shipment?" And they go, "Yeah." And I go, "Never mind. Okay." So every day at about noon, I'd gather my old friend from the assembly line, Hector, who was a Hazeltine vet and close to 20 years my senior. Parentheses. Hector?
He's Puerto Rican.
Wasn't he of Puerto Rican descent? And now he spells it decent. Why was a racist like me hanging around with him? Well, there you go. So Vince becomes Charles Bukowski. They go to the Aqueduct Raceway and bet on the ponies when they should be working. So while my boss, John Gordon, full name, first and last, was in building 4 or 10, or building 10, I was putting $10 on the nose of Lucky Pete to win. I was like, I almost had it. Should have been. I was putting so building 4 or building 10. I was putting $10 on the nose of, and then like a name with 4.
Yes.
But he doesn't. So he goes, my point. I understood at an early age what it felt like to go to work every day and feel miserable. I guess 2 days. So if he wanted a better life, he's going to have to work for it. There's no handouts except for the job that he was handed. So 1999 in WCW. And he says there was nothing good about the job, nothing. This is all the prelude. This is him setting you up for Bash at the Beach. Don't know what we're doing. I don't think George W. Bush himself experienced the stress level that I did at WCW back then.
Okay.
George W. Bush just cools a cucumber as he's informed about the Twin Towers. Well, because he already knew.
Watch us drive. Mission accomplished. Woo!
I said, a guy that exaggerates this much, the stress level wasn't even comparable to George W. Bush himself.
Come here, Pete. Come here, buddy.
He loathed the situation he was in, and Eric Bischoff was no help. And he was the straw that broke this writer's back. So, he remembers the incident. When he was done with Eric. It was after a Nitro. Where he'd once again criticized the segment involving Scott Steiner in a simulated UFC cage match? That's what he says. Scott Steiner in a simulated UFC cage.
Yeah.
They do like an octagon.
No, he might have just been cutting a promo in a cage.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I just was like, how do you simulate a cage? But also, Eric's correct to criticize.
Well, I think the Lions Den is a simulated UFC cage.
You simulated, yeah. And Eric's right to critique this. It's bad. Eric had seen it all on paper before it even aired and never said a word until after it was televised. And this was his MO, and I was tired of it. Whether you're my boss, a consultant, or working for me, if you see something that isn't going to work, then tell me before we do it, not after. And what would it have said on a piece of paper? Scott Steiner cuts a promo in a cage?
Simulated.
I also think a person of maybe normal intelligence, after getting critiqued for a few weeks, you learn what the critiquer likes and dislikes, and you start to book it along, you know what I mean, to their lines. If that's, he hasn't figured it out yet.
Well, that's because he doesn't know if Eric's his boss or not. Should he be writing
What if Roddy Piper comes back and cuts a shoot promo on me? And 2 fat broads come out.
Yeah, Eric is sitting and reading a thing that's like Roddy shoots on fat broads. And he's like, okay.
I'm just going to see how that one plays out.
Yeah. Well, in Vince's mind, there's only one answer to this. You're not telling me because you want to see me fail. So Vince knows it's bad? I don't understand. Getting off the phone with Eric.
Eric is just not talking to him because he's not taking any feedback and he's just fucking done with communicating with him. Because what's a goddamn point?
Well, Vince is on the phone with Eric, and Eric is like, yeah, that Scott Steiner segment sucked. And getting off the phone with Eric, and he literally threw the phone. He'd had enough. And then he picked the phone back up and he called Brad Siegel. And he said, you let Eric run the ship.
Come here, Pina.
He's just sick and tired of the criticism after the fact. If it was before, no problem. But after it, that's weak. If Eric wanted to be part of the process, then he should have been part of the process. I said he was. Clearly, he's critiquing your work. He's part of the process. Brad called a meeting between Eric and me, and I had to fly to LA. Brad still didn't clarify the roles. So then what Vince wants to say to Brad is, why am I listening to Eric? I kicked his butt at WWF when we were competing head-to-head. But he wants to be respectful to Eric, so he doesn't say anything. Brad decides at the end of the meeting that he's going to give Vince the ball and let Vince run with it. Looking back now, I realize that the sale of WCW is already in place. So now he thinks why they did that, why they put him in the position to fail in his mind is because they wanted to see him. They knew that they were selling the company.
Because you always want to depreciate your asset before you sell it.
I don't know. I just know that they rolled over too easy and it didn't feel right. So he's going to return at Bash at the Beach. We can do this. You want to get through it?
No. He's fading. I have things.
You want to get to Chapter 29, Planes, Fantasy Baseball, and J.J. Dillon?
No, I know he's got hot takes on planes. I don't.
Yeah, that's what I see. Did he? Chapter 28, Broken?
Same.
Dude.
We got to book the interview. That's all I'm saying.
Chapter 33, 9/11.
I look forward to that one. I do.
I wonder if him and Jesse
Followed by Chapter 34, Bitch Slap. Okay.
I wish there was an easy way for us to watch them, but I would love like a 3-episode TNA run of Russo, some random episodes.
You're not a subscriber to the Impact Zone or whatever their service is?
I'm not. No. If there's a free trial, I would do it.
There's a free look. You can join Vince Russo's Patreon for free. No catch, bro. For free, 1 week. That's just selling the Patreon. I was thinking, should we create a Patreon and do it for 1 week? It's free, and then it's $1. What do you get? These episodes exactly as they are. Nothing else.
Can I just say they're 4K?
You get these episodes in 4K audio. We would record the video.
We'll do an extra bonus segment, like 5 minutes on Sunday evening, where we all just bitch about our terrible gambling decisions.
Yeah. Or, yes, you do get the video. And then you'll be like, oh, I'm listening to these guys? No. You get to see Gus with a blanket. You get to see Larry fading, eating a donut. All that fun stuff.
I ate a lot
you
of
get to
donuts.
you get to see Peanut. Can we do anything with Peanut on the Patreon?
I'm sure we can.
Just
Hey,
pictures of
Larry is a top seller. I heard on the Shop Zone.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'll get into a Phil thing. Twist my arm.
He wasted himself on those matches. You know what I mean? Those people didn't know what they were doing business wise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you hip to this controversy?
Is this the latest one? Is that he feels like his AEW run was
he wasted himself on those matches because the people didn't appreciate it or something like that.
On the Darby Allin one where they reenacted Bret Hart 1, 2, 3 Kid or whatever the fuck it was, move for move. Whoa. The MGF. Hey, look, is it MJF's fault that feud didn't come to a culmination the night that it started back up?
Lee Johnson.
Me going over every single person in the company was lost.
Why isn't anybody asking me for advice?
Me going over every single young talent and then going, want some advice? I say young. Bobby Fish excluded. Bobby Fish. CM Punk was so well respected that Bobby Fish kicked out at 3.25 on the go to sleep. The look that Phil gives the ref when that happens. Like, are you seeing this shit?
I don't remember that.
It was on a Rampage.
I know the incident. I just don't remember the ref.
Yeah, I mean, they don't show they does the count, Bobby Fish almost kicks out immediately. Right, the minute the 3 hand comes up, Bobby Fish is kicking out, and Phil immediately like locks eyes with the ref, and it's
like we're gonna murder this guy.
What would Harley Race do?
Look, without that, you don't get Bobby Fish going to Impact to an empty crowd going, "Where's the lie?" To silence. Boy, yeah. Now I'm just thinking about Phil's run in AEW. Yeah, again, the MJF stuff was great. Not his fault that he decided to get in a fight that night and go off on the press conference. That was the night MJF returned to start the program back up. Gus, we were there. Do you remember the video? Tony Khan on the voicemail?
They should have put the belt on MJF right then and there.
Just had him come out that night?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Tony now was just...
the crowd wanted it. That's what the people wanted.
They popped when they heard... The voicemail was weird. It was interesting, the Tony Khan. If you don't show back up to work, I'm suspending you and fining you. That's the video. But again, CM Punk was hurt at that point. Why don't you just call an audible? MJF, come down here and pin me. I'm not going to be around.
I always disagree with that. If you can walk, you can get pinned.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, do it. Man, Larry he's dropped the glasses off. He's about to zonk right the fuck out right here.
And I got so many things I got to do before that happens.
Oh, no. Got to clean all 8 litter boxes. He's gonna be Stu Hart here in a minute. Well, they didn't clean the litter boxes.
You're right, because I did throw away one of my pooper scooper things. I might have to use a spatula now.
Oh, I was gonna say, God. See, that's where my mind is. Don't use your hands. I thought that's what some latex gloves.
Not in the Stu lore.
You know what you're gonna do? You're just gonna toss it into a trash bag that weighs 25 pounds by the time you're done. Everyone's getting fresh litter tonight. All right, well, there you go. Gus is on the reverse. He's usually out. He's back. He's full force. He's at attention.
No, it's because I had to let Piano out, and I'm like up to getting right to bed.
Yeah, I know what you're getting up to. All right, bye.